Peace, peace, peace. We in here. We in here, fam. We in here. Let me get back to that video. We're going to run it back from the top. I try to keep this thing going because I want this to be right for people who come on to the show. They don't have to sit and wait. So we're going to go ahead and start, regardless of whether people are in here or not. So if you just came on to the live, I'm going to let you guys go ahead and be watching this video if you have not saw it, okay? This is Kevin Gates talking about LeBron James and Savannah, okay? How she treats him at the games, okay? Let's go.
This how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I notice shit that people don't notice.
Hey, as you guys come in, shoot a comment up. I'll highlight it. I'll be getting into my zone, so I didn't highlight any comments last time. I don't want to discourage you. I want a very interactive live. I like when you guys are commenting, so I want to do my part and share that, okay? So please get in them comments. Let me know y'all here, and we're going to get going, okay? Let's go.
But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like,
Right.
I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see that. Like, you down there eject away from my partner, man. Don't do that, man. You dive on the floor behind that nigga, man. Dive on the floor behind him. But, you know, like, I know a lot of people gonna hate what I just said, but I'm gonna be honest, like, if everybody like me, then I'm pussy. So we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm gonna die about everything I say. So I love LeBron and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he gotta go through that. As a man, I hate that he gotta go through that, bro. In the playoffs. In the fucking playoffs. Your main player act like it just, you have a look on your face like, I could be doing more. Like, what more? Like, I loved you for you. Like, when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom. Like, babe, don't laugh at that. I'm trying to be funny, babe. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you about that, you hear me? You can laugh if you want to. You gotta walk out the room. You ain't interrupting my thing. You already interrupted it. This how the conversation came up.
All right, so welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So what I want to do is I want to break this conversation down piece by piece, because I do not want to, beat Kevin Gates down. I don't want to insult him in any way for his opinion. All right. But, I do feel obligated to get on here and point out the errors in it, because I don't want young men thinking that this is the way to be. Okay. I know a lot of us, we don't have our fathers in our lives. I didn't grow up with my father directly in my life. Okay. And because of that, I was allowed, it allowed for my reality and my purview to be shaped in a way by peers. You understand? Not my father, right? It's one of those things where I know a lot of men had this same thing where they're trying to find their way, they're trying to understand the world, and they're looking to other men who they think got it figured out, men who they think are cool, men who they think are successful, and they'll listen to anything these people say because they want what they have, right? So they must be right. And I get that. I was once a child too. I was once manipulated by the system too, by what I saw on TV too. And so Kevin Gates truly thinks this way. I don't necessarily believe he's trolling. So I want to deal with this stuff on an intellectual level, as if the brother was sitting right in front of me, because I have no issue with Kevin Gates as a person, as an individual. But I don't have any issues with him in how he conducts his life. It's his life. But this opinion, though, is him giving public advice or just giving his opinion in a way where I know a lot of men's reality, or like I said, the way they see relationships will be shaped by what this brother is saying. So we're going to start from the top of this video, and I want to break this thing down issue by issue. Okay. So I had a live earlier building on this topic where I invited others up. You guys are full well able to come up here again. Again, I want another interactive live. I'm going to go ahead and drop the what's the name right now, so we can make that happen. So if you guys have already saw the video and you have some opinions on it already, feel free to be able to state your opinion, guys. I want young men, young women to be able to see this video in the future. So let's keep it classy. Let's try to think about, the consequences of the reality we create by what we asking. You see what I'm saying? So by what we're doing. All right. So again, let's get into it. I'm gonna run this video back from the top, and we're gonna start breaking it down from the top. All right.
We're just looking at like couples and people in the league, and we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I notice shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when.
All right, so we're gonna stop right there. So like I said, guys, thank you, Rayvon. Thank you so much, man. So I'm gonna stop it right there. My thought in mind for this particular live is this right here. I want this to ring with you. Lust is loud, but love is loyal. All right. Lust is loud, but love is loyal. Loyalty ain't loud, family. Loyalty, it looks totally different than loud. You understand? So lust is loud, but love is loyal. Okay. The Harmon Kevin Gates thinking. So I'm gonna open the circle with this right here. Not to tear the brother down, but to build a community up, rather, by confronting a mindset that I think is poisoning our relationships, especially amongst our young men today. So Kevin Gates recently made these comments about LeBron James and Savannah, saying that he couldn't trade places with LeBron because Savannah doesn't look at LeBron the way these white women look at him, right? And we got to address that. So not just because it's immature, but because it's a symptom of a deeper spiritual sickness in our culture. Okay, so let's decode it, not just react. Let's teach. So the errors in his thinking. Let's start with the most obvious issue. He's equating sexualized gazes to validation, love, and respect. Okay? Listen.
When he go do the handshake with the main.
Listen to this.
This how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And then we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I noticed shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron.
All right. So y'all hear that, right? So now listen to this. LeBron James is a very successful man, not just in money, right? Assets, but in talent, in skill set, in status. He's saying that one of the most prolific athletes, businessmen of our time, he wouldn't want to trade places with him because of how his woman looks at him. Now, I want you to understand something. I said before I played this little clip that he equates sexualized gazes with validation, clearly validation, love, and respect. And you're going to see throughout the video the more of the respect type of thing, the love type of thing. Feels like he's earned this type of overly sexualized behavior from his wife. Okay, so someone made a comment on my video saying, well, I kind of agree with him. She could be more, excited when she's talking to him, or look more happy or joyous. I guess maybe she just got that what they say, rest in B face or whatever. And I can understand that. You say, okay, look, you could at least have more enthusiasm when you're talking to the man. I understand that. Kevin Gates is saying, I want her to look at him like these white women do. That's a totally different conversation. And that's rooted in insecurity and being overly sexualized. Okay. And that's my issue with it. You could say, you could say whatever you want, right? But I could understand it if you're saying, man, she could have more enthusiasm when she's dealing with the brother. I mean, you see what I'm saying? He's giving her a great life. Come on now. The man out here playing ball, you got to think about this, man. He can have anybody you want, have more enthusiasm. I get that. But you're saying, she need to be dick thought, like these white girls. That's crazy to me, right? Because that's to the point of saying you want your wife looking horny in the stands, right? Like fangirls. That makes no sense why you would want really another man to even be looked at like that. So the issue ain't that LeBron think this, y'all. LeBron doesn't think this. He doesn't seem to have an issue with what him and Savannah got going on. For some reason, Kevin wants to see this. Nah, that's not what he's saying, PRM. Now, I can understand if he was saying that. We'll play the video and you will see exactly what he's saying now. He's saying they need to be dick thought like these white women. So again, why do they need to be dick thought instead of showing more enthusiasm? He didn't say she should show this man more enthusiasm. Now, that's one issue. The second issue is this. A man should be about his mission. You shouldn't look at a man's life and say, I wouldn't trade with him because of how his woman looks at him. Because that really is kind of admitting that you kind of putting too much investment on how she see you versus who you are and how you know yourself, how you value yourself. It is important how your woman sees you, but it's not to the point of where you're like, I don't want his life because of how his woman sees him. Now, he got a lot going for him. So, yeah, I trade. I wouldn't trade my life with his, but I could see how somebody would say, man, hell yeah, LeBron got it made. Even if that's not part of the equation. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it because I don't want his whole life because of how his wife look at him. That sounds crazy to me. But let me just deal with the issue at hand. expecting his wife to look at him sexually or treat him in a sexualized way, and somehow that equals validation. He says, I don't like how Savannah looks at LeBron. I like how those white girls look at him. That's his quote right there. But let me ask you this. Why would a woman who's raised your children, stayed out of the spotlight, kept her class, never embarrassed you publicly, doesn't present herself in that way, be expected to look at you like a thirsty stranger who's likely looking at you for novelty's sake? You talking about how white women look at him. That's a boy's desire. That's a boy's desire to expect your wife to look at you in the same way these fans do. That's a boy's desire. And that's why I said it's childish. That is childish to expect that. And especially it's bleeding into your psyche. You're ready to have a conversation about it. You don't like it. You see what I'm saying? So no, I don't listen to him like that, Reek. But you know, I do see some of his clips come across my timeline. You see what I'm saying? And I don't listen to his music, but I've heard nothing but good things. I've never heard anybody say Kevin Gates make whack music. I've always heard that his music was good. And I probably have heard one or two of his songs and just don't recall. But I'm more of a like lyricist. I like Eminem, Lil Wayne, and you know, Royce da 5'9". I listen to all of that. You see what I'm saying? So PRM says your wife should be a #1 fan. I don't disagree with that at all. But that shouldn't equal looking overly sexualized, looking like you looking like the Dick Thought, as he said. So again, my problem is, imagine her out there looking Dick Thought. What's the point of that? What does that do for LeBron? Why would Kevin want that, right? Why would Kevin Gates say, yeah, that's what I want, is for you to be looking at me like you want to screw me just like these white women do? That makes no sense to me, right? So let's get with it. Which types of experiences are actually necessary of manhood's social, psycho, and sexual development, many and often, respectively. What's up with you, Joe? What's up with you? And peace to you, Tanika. Welcome in, love. So watch this. Again, let's just continue from here.
I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like. Oh.
Now let's look at this facial expression. Now you want your wife of many years, you raised children together, being in her lower vibration, like looking at you like this publicly, and you saying you demanding this? To me, that makes no logical sense. This is not saying have more enthusiasm when you're dealing with me, like look more excited when you with me, yo. You look like you bored, like I'm getting on your nerves. If that's the case, because I'm that's not cool either. If that's the case, I don't know the video that he's referring to, because he did say it looked like she dissed him or something in some video. So I can get how you saying, okay, maybe she didn't treat him a certain way, didn't give him some type of respect that you feel he deserves or whatever. But it's getting borderline perverted when you say she should be looking at you Dick Thought, like the way these white girls look at him, right? So again, welcome in, Chatty. Chatty, if you can hear me, you up here. Okay, all right. So you, Chatty, whenever you're ready, you can unmute. But listen, guys, peace to you, Verve. Peace to you. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, so again, look at this look on his face, right? When LeBron comes in, he wants the women looking at him like this. This is novelty type shit. This is sex right here. Like, oh, I'd love to sleep with him. He's tall. He's LeBron James. He's rich. He's a black guy, right? I mean, why would you want your wife mirroring this face right here? Why? She's clearly been around you. Okay, let's just imagine, okay, fellas, PRM television. Let's say you married to a beautiful woman. She's beautiful, right? Let's say you married to Halle Berry, right? Cool. She's going up on stage to get her award, right? Okay, you obviously it's gonna be dudes there who look at her like they want to mess with her. It's Halle Berry, right? Now y'all been married for 10 years. You raised their children. Y'all got grown children, right? Your children are actors now, actresses, right? And so she's getting an award for this movie that she did with her daughter, grown daughter. Okay, now you see all these fellas down here. That's Holly Berry, like still with the heart eyes, right? Now this your wife. You know this woman. Y'all done had arguments, ups and downs, nuanced shit. Like it's your wife, bro. Are you saying you're gonna be in the stands and you have to compete with these men, or she gonna have a problem? She come to you like you need to be pussy thought about me. Look at how these white boys looking at me. Look at how these other men looking at me like they pussy thought. You need to be the same way. You will be like, baby, are you dead ass? Are you dead ass serious right now? Why? Why do you need me to be like that? Compete with these losers who that's all they want to do with you anyway. I love you. Like I'm in your life. I'm supporting you. I'm building with you. Why do you want me treating you like that? What does that do for you? In my mind, I would see her as overly sexualized. Why does she want her reality to look like me competing with these girls? Or you feel some type of way? I would want to get to the bottom of that and say, man, I think we need some damn therapy. It's to the point to where you projecting how fans look at me, look at you, and saying that's how I should look at you. Like their looks mean they love you. Like what the hell is you talking about? Why do you value those sexual looks on their faces to the point to where you saying I should be looking like that? Come on, PRM. You can't say it's not literal. We can't do that. We got to deal with it because you got to think it's young men who might try to reiterate this same shit to their girl. So just as a man, I don't know how old you are, or if you're a man or a lady actually, but I want you to think about all the up and comers, right? Somebody might take this as being literal. Now I've already said if Kevin Gates mean it as, yo, she could have more enthusiasm when dealing with her man. If he mean it like that, I don't have a problem with that. But what this man is saying, he's comparing it to these white girls. This is face right now. They did thought about him. Now, let's just say he presented it like that. Okay, look, when you got these other women looking at me like they'd damn do anything to have me, mouth wide open. But then I come to you and you looking at me like I don't even matter. Like you just used to me, like I'm boring. To me, that make me feel some kind of way, baby. Now, what you saying is, on one hand, it's like all this extra adoration and out of this world type of vibe, right? But then I come to you and I ain't getting nothing. Nah, what Kevin Gates is actually saying is you need to be looking at me like those women look at me. That's what he's saying. Okay, dicked out is Louisiana slang, bro. I'm 32 though. That's what it means, more enthusiasm. Come on, bro. I'm gonna try to keep your perspective, right? Because I've heard Kevin Gates talk before on a few clips, right? So let's just say he's saying dick thought just mean more enthusiasm. Let's look at all the supporting evidence in this video that suggests that he's talking about sexual. Okay, let's just, because PM, I need you to be understanding where I'm coming from. Let's do this. Let's hit play. Let's see. We're going to stop as soon as we start feeling like you're talking about sex here. All right?
They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like.
So let's run this back. Watch this. I want to show you how quickly we know this is sexual. Watch this.
This how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I notice shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron.
Now, he didn't say, I like the way them white women look at LeBron all sexual, but how are these white women looking at LeBron? Is it just with more enthusiasm? I haven't seen how white women look at LeBron. I haven't paid attention. So up until this point, let's just say He just means more enthusiasm, right? Let's continue.
Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be.
Are we assuming that look right there is just more enthusiasm? Because it's not like they like, go LeBron, you're the greatest player ever, LeBron, right? LeBron, you're the greatest ever. It's not like they're saying LeBron and calling out his stats and celebrating him like fans. He's saying they're mouth wide open, and the look on his face is expressing like some sexual type attraction, right? That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, let me know what y'all see in this man's face, what y'all getting from what he's suggesting. And he's about to reiterate Dick Thought. Let's continue.
Dick Thought. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like,
now, okay, right here. He's expressing this video that he respects LeBron. So you would think he would, say this in a way that's more receptive, where you don't even use words like that associated with his lady. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is how dudes talk. I get it. They say stuff like this and mean no disrespect at all. Even to dudes they respect, they're still not really monitor what they say to each other. Which to me, I'd be wondering what is actual respect though, because I wouldn't feel respect. You talking about my lady like that, even just putting that in your mouth, that I would feel disrespected. But either way, if I pause right here, you could see it as, on one hand, these women look at me a certain way, but then I come over here to you and you treat me a whole different way. But he continues. Now watch this. He continues on. Let's go.
I'm the greatest player in the world. One of them. Like top 5, top 10. I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here.
See right there, like these white women. See, he's asking her to be like them. Let me go back to you guys' comments. I'm looking at the Instagram video. My bad. Let's go here. PM said, I'm listening. Okay, PM, what you thinking so far? They're looking at him with excitement. Okay. All right. She said, that's like old girl looking at Usher all thirsty. That's lust. Right. He's not a man because he can't see past the insecurities of needing women to want him, which is a representation of desiring a man deep. Look, I ain't going to say that. I don't really like to say stuff like that. I don't like to, call my brothers something that they're not claiming that they are. Right. But it is to me, it's weird. You understand? Because you're looking at another man's relationship, having all these issues with how she's presenting herself. I don't know what you expecting. If it's just more enthusiasm, you could say that. But it's like you saying you need her to look at you like these white women. So that's like Usher. If Usher had a wife, okay, the way these fangirls who don't know Usher show up at these concerts, imagine Usher telling his wife, you need to be dick thought about me like them women be. Why? Why would she need to be that? She should be the woman who don't have to be that way. I want my woman to present herself like, yeah, you ain't got to act like these damn now. You carry yourself in such a way that men see you as having class. I don't want you looking like a fan, because it'll look like you really just a fan. Like my queen should have to have the countenance of a queen. Behind closed doors, though, now you can be a fan. Now now you can be freaky. You can look at me like that, but I don't want that in public. And that's just my personality type. I'm not freaky like that. Like I don't want my woman looking at me like she ready to lose it, because like that's for privacy, right? Like they say, a woman in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. I don't want a freak in the streets. I don't want my woman acting like she's so sexually aroused because I'm walking by. Like why? Why? Sit there and be cool, yo. Like I would think that's weird if a man looking at his wife like that. Like, you want to fuck at the game? Like you, what is we doing? And if my woman was like, why ain't you looking at me like you want to smash me out right here on the spot? Like I'll be like, lady, you're tripping and you need therapy, baby. Like I swear to God, you need therapy. Because I don't even feel comfortable looking at you like that in front of all these damn people. That make me nervous. If a relationship would be about more than excitement, if it's a relationship, would it be about more than excitement? I think you asked, wouldn't it be about more than just sexual arousal? If it's a whole relationship, What could LeBron did that would cause loss of interest? He plays seasonally. Why not do role requirements? Because she stays, respectively. I'm not sure I understand that comment. Let me see the next one. Everybody is not married to her spouse, and her position is the optimal. Prose. Okay, I called out coffee cups. LOL groupies. Admiration like a fan, not sexual, but bottom lines. Gates is wrong. Let me drop this link again. I don't know what happened with Chatty. And this is for any of you guys too who want to come up. I'm not really understanding you comments, Anika. If you'd like to come up and speak, you definitely could. I apologize. It's the way you write, I'm not receiving it. It's not coming through to me. It's not that you're not making sense. I'm probably just not being able to make sense of it. Lust is not lasciviousness, and lasciviousness is not temptation. Their distinctive temptation is a lust attraction. It is more than interest. It's a yearn. True. I think that there's definitely going to be an attraction for your spouse, but I think there's a certain countenance that a husband or wife should present in public, knowing that you guys have children. And to, like I said, the way that Kevin Gates is wanting it presented to him, to me, it shows me he is overly sexualized. Again, he's in hip hop culture. His videos show you, he puts a lot of women around him, and he wants the videos to look like a lot of women want him with sexual type imaging. I've heard many clips where he talks very sexual. So I would say he's a very sexual person. So his reality would look a whole lot different if he could create it than LeBron's would. And so that's what he's doing. He's projecting how he sees the world on LeBron. And this is like an overly sexualized woman too. An overly sexualized woman would think you don't love her just because you ain't trying to smash her every day. You see what I'm saying? Like, she might think that because if her reality is showing her that by all the men around her and the stuff she's been into, she may project that onto you because that's what she's used to. And so you could see, okay, she's overly sexualized. She actually equates all of that type of stuff to love. If I ain't looking at her like I want to smash her on the spot, she feel like I should be competing with some other dude's attention. I would say she's an attention whore. She's attention hungry. And that's what Kevin Gates is. He's attention hungry. Peace to you, I am chosen. What's up with you? Jersey Lance said, facts, brother. What's up, Cowboy fan? That's what's up. Said, look up the video of LeBron trying to get Savannah to do a handshake in her face response. You'll see what he's trying to say. Search LeBron and Savannah handshake. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now. Thank you. I always love when somebody can provide me some insight. Maybe I can understand what he's talking about. Let's see here. LeBron. Is she sitting? They got music. Hang on. All right, guys, we're gonna look at this handshake real quick. Here we go. Now, I'm going to tell you what I see. I see him having a conversation. She's smiling back. It's like a flirty type of thing. And she don't necessarily know he's looking for the handshake. He's just reaching down for a hand. She looking at his eyes. She kind of like, I don't see it as dissing him, though. Like, I don't see that as dissing him. I don't see that. If I was looking at this minus what Kevin Gates said, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It looked like they're flirting. Let's see. He is kind of pulling her hand back, but it's like a flirty, like they talking about something. Hang on. Then she went on here, gave him this. Okay. Yeah, it looked like to me an inside conversation between a husband and wife. Not like she's egging him or nothing, but I could see how LeBron might be like, damn, baby, you ain't even turning up for me. You're supposed to stand up and really turn up with me. But I cannot see how he like, look, you see how these white girls dicked out about me? Yeah, it looked like they had their own thing going on. I don't really see that as this. Is that the video you're talking about? A man should never speak on another man's wife out of line, unacceptable. The way he spoke on it was crazy to me. If he had just said, you know, she could show the man more enthusiasm, she didn't get up on her feet and celebrate with him. Man, in the playoffs, right here in a suit. I don't know if it's way before the game or whatever, but he says they're talking about not wanting her to do the handshake. LOL. Is this the video? PRM, is this the exact one? I want to know if this is the one because I want to see where, because he says it looked like she dissed him. Check my phone. Right. Chocolate. But yes, my bad, guys. Let's see here. It's an awkward smile because she doesn't want to do it. They're talking about her not wanting to do it. So this is the video. Okay, maybe she feels graceful and sophisticated. She might think handshaking is childish. Now, that I wouldn't be cool with. Like, if I want to do a handshake, you should get out here with the handshake now. Learn the hand. You got to learn one. I got one for everybody in the world. So that would be kind of cold-blooded. She's like, I don't like doing handshakes. I'd be like, okay, that's cold-blooded right there. I would want you to have some part in it, like, you know, get up here and celebrate with me, show the world you got my back. We're a family, we're in this together. Let's support publicly together, baby. Let's get out here and rally. That's fire to me. I can see why he would want something like that. Not saying that that's even something he requested. So I can see how he could add some more enthusiasm. So I don't take that away from what Kevin Gates is seeing here. But what he's asking for is showing how Kevin Gates, honestly, is overly sexualized, because what Kevin Gates wants to see is her dick thought like these white girls, like just like these white girls. He didn't say, like, you know, you can show more enthusiasm being that he walking by women who doing that, then he get to you when you ain't got no energy for him. That ain't what he's saying. Like, if he was saying that, I wouldn't have nothing to say. Let's continue. All right, let me bring Chatty up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. All right, so we good. Peace, chat. Peace, Kev.
Peace. So I know I lost you for a minute. It was telling you your connection was bad.
Yeah.
Were you able to see the video though?
Yeah.
So did you see this interaction right here with LeBron and Savannah?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of it?
What's the problem? This Lord is doing it again. Can you hear me still?
I can.
Okay. I don't see what's the problem with the interaction. Unless I'm missing something.
Now, let me ask you this. Put yourself in a wife's position. You have this conversation. You feel that it's innocent. You just having a conversation with your man, and y'all get in the car on the way home, and he tells you he didn't like this. He would like more enthusiasm from you. Would you try to understand where he come from, or would you say, "Nah, I don't like doing the handshake. I'm not about to be like that"? Or
I would definitely if he has the conversation and he presents it like that, then yeah, I need to work with him. I signed up for this for better or worse. And if he's expressing to me something that he needs more of, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's all in the presentation. So if this is just a private conversation between us, he's expressed how he felt and would like something from me that I don't think that is disrespectful or too much to ask for, I could do that. What's the problem?
right. And so that's why I wanted to ask you in that way, because as a woman, you saying, I'm looking at it, I don't see that she's shunning him in any way, that she appears to not like him or be interested in him. I don't see that. But at the same time, you're saying if your man came to you with this video saying, look, babe, I want more from you than this, you wouldn't argue with him. You would understand, where he's coming from, right?
Absolutely.
All right, now what if he come to you and say, I need you to look at me like those white women look at me, like, and he shows you expressively like Kevin Gates just showed how it looked. How would you feel about that?
Now we got a problem. See, now we got a problem. Because now what do you mean? What do you mean like those white women look at you? What are you saying? Is that what you like? Do you want them to look at you? Are you interested in them? Now I have questions for you, sir. So it's all about the presentation. You know what I'm saying? So if you approach it like that, oh, now I have several questions for you. And I'm going to need you to answer them before I respond.
Right. And now, obviously, this isn't a case where LeBron came to her like that. But you would think, let's just say he came to his wife and he asked her before he even said, I want you to be this way, because that could be offensive. She might not want to be presenting herself publicly that way. Now, this lady's fully covered up. She's showing no skin whatsoever. Okay. This is not saying that this is not a common thing, even though she's not a younger lady. It's still not common. Okay. Women her age walk around half naked. Let's be real, Chatty. They do, and they have every right to. But if you look at her countenance, she's covered. It may make her feel uncomfortable to present herself like she's horny, right? So I would ask my wife, about her countenance. Why is it that you kind of present yourself this way? She might say, I like to feel valued by you too. Like, we're in a public place. You got all these women coming after you. Like, I like to feel like my man is after me, chasing me a bit, and you walking up to me doing this makes me feel actually loved and appreciated. That can't be something. It got to be, you got to be how they are instead of understanding how she is. Why? I mean, to me, it's one of those things where, as a man, I just wouldn't expect it. And I think something's wrong with Chatty. I knew it. Yeah, I knew it when she got silent. She's been having some issues with her. What's her name? But you guys answer this for me. What I was asking Chatty. It's probably more important, like, why does she present herself this way? Because it's kind of like she's shy and flirty like LeBron. And to me, it is kind of like fanned out, if you ask me. You can see, to me, it appears she sees somebody she respects and really wants. I mean, to me, it does. If I didn't know them, I would say she like him. I mean, I would be like, yeah, she feeling him. Let's look at it again, yo. Yeah, I said she fucking with her. She just trying to play hard to get. That's what I would say. Because then her hand goes right to brushing her chin, brushing her hair back, which is what women do when they're aroused by you. And what a man do is he look for signs of that. And he got what he want. He don't need her to be all crazy. So a woman, his wife is his treasure, bruh. He does not find no value in his wife acting overly sexualized. He finds value in the micro expressions that he bring out of her. Like, you still is drawing out the beauty in your wife. Don't ever expect her to just, like, I'm going to tell you something that's crazy to me. And that's why I say this is feminine behavior. I'm going to be real with y'all. This is why it's feminine behavior. It's a man who's saying, I don't want to work to crack you open at all no more. And then my thing is, if the thrill is to truly conquer and all this type of stuff, why would you want to stop? Why would you not get something out of still getting her to open up by you motivating her to, inspiring her to? Like, to me, that's just, you should never stop having game and getting to know all the various parts of it. And instead of demanding, okay, we married now, you just gotta be like this now because I can dunk and I'm a billionaire and I'm the greatest basketball player in the world. You should just now, I shouldn't have to work for shit else. Like, what are you, come on, bro, you killing the mystery of the whole relationship. It ain't divine no more. These things supposed to challenge and refine you to continue to bring this stuff out of your wife that you years in still blowing her motherfucking mind. You can still flirt with it and get her to genuinely smile. If you demand this stuff, you ain't gonna know what's real. And I'm talking about in public, guys. I ain't talking about a sexual encounter where you guys want to get a certain experience, and you got to talk about those things. But a part of your relationship should be, I still want to earn this by drawing this out of my person, because you never know how much they're gonna blossom. You killing the vibe whenever you get outside of it, now demanding this type of reaction or you don't feel loved. That's crazy because you living through other people now, and you're a man who's lost his mission. Yeah, they hating, Chatty. They don't want you up here building with me. She like, stop playing so much, but it's like playful, right? It's like she feeling him though. So to me, one thing shouldn't equal the other. The comparing how the white girls look at him, and the one brother came up here and brilliantly said, it seems he has an issue with his own sisters, with women who look like him, because he only noticed how white women look at him. That's all he noticed. But he didn't notice how those white women looked at the next man, though. The very next man, they looked at him like that. Now, what you got with this lady is special because when you walk up to those who pretty much whatever woman, she's going to be ready to put it all on the floor. Only because of what you have and who you are. She doesn't know you. So that's the thing about it, is you lose access to people's like genuine, like getting to know them genuinely, because now they shucking and jiving because who they think you are. Like, to me, that's wild. What is it that you guys want? You just want your reality to look a certain way? Or do you want it to be real, like real? If she was overly sexualized for you, and that's how she presented herself because she just couldn't resist you, then it is what it is. But to demand that because somebody else is doing it, and then tied to you don't want to trade places with him, you hate that for him, to me, it shows a real issue with Kevin Gates. I swear to God, it does, yo. In his mind, her looking at him sexually means that she values him. And I'm trying to figure out why. You know, why is that? So what Kevin might be actually saying again? The way she's acting towards him is poorly, right? I would want to be seen if I was LeBron. I would want to be looked at like I was desired or chosen, even by my woman. I want to still look like I matter, like I'm still the man. I want to still feel like I'm the man. And that's real and that's human. But the real issue is when you don't feel appreciated through lust, then you don't understand love. And like I said, lust is loud. Love is loyal. So lust might clap for you, but love gonna stand beside you through thick and thin. And it appears to be that's what she's done. LeBron has had allegations on him about messing with other women and all of that. And hey, yeah, she knew the handshake. It was like a show off, like I could do this shit in my sleep type of. That's how I seen it. It wasn't like a egging him. Now Kevin Gates may see this as egging him, and that's a whole argument on the way home. You looking at me like you policing me, like you a warden. Maybe he see this. Maybe he thinks that she's looking at him like, why you looking at those white women over there that was looking? He policing them. What she policing him about, Kevin Gates? The way he was enjoying those white women looking at him like, what? What do you mean? I don't see policing him. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. So listen, a classy woman wouldn't want to behave that way. You wouldn't want your classy wife, your classy queen, to be putting herself like that. She is full on eye contact. Let's see what Verve says. She's full on eye contact before he even got to her. They were tickling each other lovingly in public, right? I mean, it isn't meant for them alone or public appearances. You're absolutely correct. You would say, y'all get a room. Y'all don't have to behave that way. So Kevin Gates is overly sexualized, and young men, I'm telling you now, if this is what you expected from your wife, that ain't gonna look good, and men don't respect that. Men respect a woman of value, not a woman who is fanned out about you. We would be like, yeah, she only wanted for his money. Like, we expect women to be like that about Usher who are fans. We wouldn't expect if Usher had a wife that she act like that. Like, does this make sense to y'all? You want a woman in the streets. Does this make any sense? I guess y'all like Kanye. Y'all want y'all girl to be like that damn model chick he was with. She out half-ass naked. Like, what are we doing? If we out here together in public, we can do that when we get home. Why I want you out here acting like you can't stand, like, not having your hands on me right now, like act like all the dudes gonna be looking at us like, you see how I smashed Savannah, you see how she be? I ain't trying to have my girl out here acting like that. And like I said, men, if that's what you're thinking, I'm trying to figure out what it is. Are y'all not trying to come up? Y'all ain't messing with me. Hang on, let me drop this link again. because I want to hear y'all thoughts. What Kevin Gates is asking for is wow, yo, it's nasty work. All right. So I'm trying to speak on behalf of women that have actually dignity and class, and I think that his wife has that. So a classy woman, a wise, self-possessed woman, a spiritually grounded woman. She isn't interested in showcasing sexuality to prove her love for you. That's like a man. That would be just like a woman telling a man, "You need to come out more, dress more sexually." Like, I want women to see your abs more. Like, start wearing open shirts. You would be like, "Bro, nah, y'all know you're not about to sexualize me. You're not about to have me out here. If that ain't how I dress, like I can be in the best shape of my life and I'm still a sweater wearing motherfucker. That's who I am. That's who I am." Now my brother's different. My brother's we're night and day. He'll open his shirt up, all that. That's not my style. So if my woman was like, "You need to do that," I'd be like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." So that's like me. To me, that's the same way you asking her to show you this sexual type of behavior or arousal, like act like you want me in public, like on the spot. I'd be like, "No, I'm not putting myself out there like that." Because you gotta think, it would make her feel uncomfortable if that's not her nature. And a lot of women comfortable being half naked and acting whatever. You see them out on stage with Usher, willing to bite the cherries and look like they'll do whatever with him on the spot in front of all them people. You see that all day. But I don't think men actually find that valuable. Like they want that in a wife. Like, you understand? Like that ain't. I don't think you want that. I don't think men want that in a wife. Okay, now men, if I'm off here, y'all let me know. If y'all look at this on a later date, come across this, get in the comments and say, "Nah, Kev, we want that in public." Her to be like, "Oh, like that." I'll be like, "Okay, I learned then. I learned something today." But that's the opposite of what I want from my queen. I want her to act sophisticated, carry yourself in a way that make it look like you've been somewhere before. Like you like, come on now. I wouldn't care how good I am in bed. You don't gotta act like that. That's crazy. And that's embarrassing. That would be embarrassing to me for my girl to behave that way. I believe in that Proverbs 31 woman that says she opens her mouth with wisdom and the law of kindness is on her tongue. A woman that has class and elegance in her walk. She builds you, she honors you, she guards your legacy. She does not present herself in any way that would get men, necessarily thinking about sex. Like, that's crazy to me. Let's run this video back again. I want y'all to come up here, y'all. Y'all was live earlier. Y'all was ready to mess with me. You ain't got to cam up. Come on, what's the reason? Come on, tell me what you think about it.
Like,
we're gonna run it from the top.
This is how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I notice shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play with him? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like,
Right.
I'm the greatest. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't like You not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see that. Like, you done eject away from my partner, man. Don't do that, man. You dive on the floor behind that nigga, man.
See, I didn't see that type of energy. And if I'd have saw that type of energy, I would have a similar opinion, but not that she should look at him like the white women do. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't have that type of opinion, but I would say that's messed up that he got to deal with that. But I don't see that. I'm actually looking at the same thing he see. And that just shows how we're all peepholes. I always say we're peepholes. It's like a play on words, right? We're people, but really we peepholes. Look. We all see a perspective. And maybe we all seeing parts of the truth. But she did kind of jerk away. But I don't take that as a diss. I took it like a flirt. To me, the look in her eyes still shows that she loves him. And to me, that's what I want from my wife. The look in her eyes says that she loves me. Like me walking and my wife holding my hand and looking in my eyes with inspiration and joy and with a smile on her face, to me is much more than her looking like she wants to, have sex with me on the spot. You see what I'm saying? Look like she loves me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in that way, like values me in that way. And I can't say she's not looking at him like that. It looked like, yeah, he got her rap. Because that's what it looks like to me. It doesn't look like she's shunning him in any way. It looked like even if she's trying to, she can't deny it. It's undeniable. That's what it looked like to me. I'll look at the couple. Cute. It was cute to me. What you think? Yeah. So yeah, Jamie agreed. It's cute. It's cute. That's cute to me, y'all. It's not. I don't see that how he see that. And so I'm trying to figure out. It's his own perspective that shapes his reality. So he says he was hurt by that. Like, damn, that's what he got to deal with type shit. And then it comes to disrespect here. Let's go.
Dive on the floor behind him. But, like, I know a lot of people going to hate what I just said, but I'm going to be honest. Like, if everybody like me, then I'm pussy. So we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm going to die about everything I say. So I love LeBron, and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he got to go through that.
So you love LeBron. You hate that for him. He's humble when you're around him. He seems like a giving dude. He's the greatest basketball player. But watch this. This is what he gets from people who respect him. Watch this.
As a man, I hate that he got to go through that, bro.
Right.
In the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
In the fucking playoffs. Your main player act like it just, you have a look on your face like, I could be doing more. Like, what more? Like I loved you for you. Like, when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom.
Now, right there, okay. He respects you, right? He respects you, but he dissing your girl. He respects you, but he dissing her. Okay. Well, what's her name? Brittany Renner. She's certainly a pretty lady. But what about her, bro? Let's think about this now. Look at her past. Look at the shit she done publicly. She wrote a book giving out all the celebrities she done slept with. She once told women, man, hey, if you want to trap a guy, get with the college athletes. They the dumbest. They don't never strap up. That's your girl. That's your current girl, bro. And you wouldn't trade with LeBron? I wouldn't want a woman like that. My nigga, damn. That's what you got to deal with? I think you deserve better than that. Well, I don't. I think y'all two peas in a pod. I ain't gonna care. Not that he deserve bad treatment. I don't see him out here robbing nobody or, doing nobody dirty. But, I mean, you sexual person. You should be with a sexual person. I mean, you see what I'm saying? That's how I see it. I see Brittany Renner. She a sexual person. He a sexual person. That he ain't tripping about her past or nothing like that. Hey, y'all two peas in a pod. So you right where you at. So you wouldn't want a woman like Savannah. Let's be real. You wouldn't want a woman like Savannah. I know Brittany, she covers up now, but I mean, everybody had already seen Brittany body. So you talking about what Savannah looked like when he met her? To me, that's not respectful. Come on, y'all, let's be real. Got a crybaby grab it right now. Okay, I got you. Flirting with your partner are things that help it last and playful with mine. Right, I'm right. I mean, I thought that was playful. What did you think, Key Got Jokes? Lacey says he associates sexual desire with success when it just means desire and it's fleeting. It's not the lifetime look. There's a distinction. Absolutely. You got to think, why are those white women looking at him in that way? If you say, well, because he LeBron James, then you already proved what I was saying. Right? Go through what exactly? Right. You're projecting what he's going through because you're not him. LeBron, you said LeBron was humble and giving. So based on the nature of LeBron, do you think he would want his wife to look at him like that? Hell nah. You raising grown ass kids with this lady. Y'all past that. Like, chill, relax. That's for you do that when it's time. We get through them doors. Hell yeah. It is its own, but nah, not in public. Nigga, you wild nigga. Men want desire, passion in private, respect in public. Absolutely, that's what I would say. Coffee Cup said he's insecure. Yeah, he is. I would think because you thinking that look like you don't want him, so you don't want me because you're not doing you're not doing that. That's crazy to me. Is KG's woman dive on the floor behind him? Hey, I'm gonna be paying attention because I don't really follow Kevin like that. I've seen plenty of little clips from him, so he's very popular on social media. He's always in my algorithm, and often he'll say some things that I vibe with. But this was crazy. I never vibe with the shit he say about wanting to dick somebody down and have women eating dick. I mean, I just think that's so crazy to me, like to be putting that on social media. Why? Okay, you horny, nigga, go do what you got to do. But to me, when he talk about how a man should value himself and not let a woman put him through unnecessary treatment, I agree with him on that type of stuff. So, you know, I definitely see him in my algorithm. When I see him, I pause and see what he got to say. Brittany is average. I think Drika is prettier. I don't really know Drika, though. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really that familiar with Kevin Gates like that. And I'm chosen since I see it in her eyes, too. Okay. I understand why Drika out the picture now. Gates dealing with demons. Okay. Global Status TV says true. Definitely cute. Yeah, it's cute to me. He's saying shit to piss off Drika. Maybe he got caught cheating. I'm sure his wife ain't feeling him, so he's trying to talk shit. He ain't desired by his wife anymore, is my guess. Yeah, it could be a way that he could be subconsciously talking to somebody he with, but I don't think he's going through those problems that soon. Not with Brittany Renner. She know how to play the game. If anything, she know how to act like she wants your ass. She had PJ food. But let's continue.
Like, babe, don't laugh at that. I'm trying to be funny.
Now, this is another thing. This shows his personality, too. All right? So, if she laughed and felt like her laughter could interrupt this video, you could see why she said, let me move out the way. And probably felt like she shouldn't even be laughing at that. Now, watch this. Because look at what he said. And I can't just go back a little bit. That's crazy.
Babe. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you about that, you heard me? You can laugh if you want to. You gotta walk out the room. You ain't interrupting my thing. You already interrupted it.
So how she ain't interrupted, but she already interrupted it.
This how the conversation came up. We'll just
and she only interrupted because you called out for leaving the room. It was cool. But we got to get to the part. Let's listen to it straight through because I want to get to this part of where he called her out where she started laughing and left the room. Let's go.
Like couples and people in the league, and they was talking.
As I play this, I'm gonna scroll so y'all can get a general idea of what the comments are saying.
Out how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I noticed shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh. They be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like, I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see that. Like, you done eject away from my partner, man. Don't do that, man. You dive on the floor behind that nigga, man. Dive on the floor behind him. But, you know, like, I know a lot of people gonna hate what I just said, but I'm gonna be honest, like, if everybody like me, then I'm pussy. So we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm gonna die about everything I say. So I love LeBron and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he gotta go through that. As a man, I hate that he gotta go through that, bro. In the playoffs. In the fucking playoffs. Your main player act like it just, you have a look on your face like, I could be doing more. Like, what more?
I could imagine Kevin Gates on his way home arguing with his wife, and she like, I don't even get what you talking about. Then you looking at me like I could be doing more. And she can't just go, I wasn't thinking that at all, love. Instead, he gonna go on a tangent. I mean, what more could I be doing? You want me to jump in the air and stay there? When I met you, you look like Lamar Odom. She going home, right? This man doing that to her on the way home. Like, come on, bro. All right, let's go.
Like, I loved you for you. Like, when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom.
Now look.
Baby, don't laugh at.
See that right there? So that's a nervous type laugh because you ain't have to go there. You didn't have to go there because if I respect LeBron and been around this brother, shook hands with him, he know who I am. I ain't gonna sit here and say when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom. I would leave that part out. I wouldn't say that. That's some old shit that ain't meant for live. You see what I'm saying? So LeBron in the playoffs, right? So now he got to deal with you publicly insulting this woman, right? And how she might feel about that. You see what I'm saying? And LeBron even said something about it, which says he ain't like that very much. He said he don't listen to the opinions of sheep. So here you are saying you respect this brother, how he one of the greatest athletes ever, basketball players ever. You want more for him. He calling you a sheep. Because look at how you came at him. I mean, I'm just uploading this to the social media. Like, it ain't disrespectful. But again, you say you have all this respect for him, and that don't sound respectful at all, bro. It just don't. It just don't. And like I said, he presents himself as a spiritual type brother, but he don't act like one. In a lot of cases, he don't. And I don't want young men to think that this is cool nigga shit. Because that's what they be thinking. This real nigga shit right here. It's not, bro. This is not cool. It's not cool, y'all. It's really not. So again, I'm gonna break this down for you young men. Hear me clearly. If you think your worth is defined by how a woman desires you, then you're gonna live your whole life chasing thirst instead of building trust. You choose the woman who looks at you like a lollipop over the one who sees you like a leader of a legacy and a lineage builder. Here's the truth. Your woman is not your audience. She's your ally. This is, I think a lot of men got to understand this. A queen, just imagine this. You a queen. You sitting beside your queen on a throne. She's sitting beside you, right? How is she looking at you when she looks at you? And then you in front of the whole world now. How is she looking at you? What's her countenance? Is it that of a lustful woman? Is she looking at you like just on some lustful shit? Or is she presenting herself like a queen in front of all these people? Because her idea of showing him love may be not behaving that way. And here you are saying, I don't feel love because of how you behaving. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me because if I'm out with my woman, I would expect her to want me to present myself like a man who got a wife, not be like lustful, like even towards her. I would think she'd expect me to be like more like a husband, like to me, in my opinion. Now, if she came to me and said, I want you looking at me like you want to smash me out in public, I'd be like, yo, that's wild. To me, that would say a lot. And I would actually say, man, I want to see where that's coming from. Like, I don't understand why you get value in that, why you expecting me to be that way, and why you comparing me to how you think how fans look at you, people who don't know you at all, and you know they just want to smash. Like, you know they looking at you like a celebrity. That's pretty much what it is. Like, let's be real. And like I said, it's novelty. You talking about how white women look at LeBron? He's a black man. He's tall. You can imagine what they're thinking. So he's rich. I mean, it come with it. Let's bring up Global FBA. Peace, Global. What's up with you?
Not much, man. Out here working, man. Just wanted to chime in.
Yes, sir.
I've been
Welcome
watching
in.
your
Welcome
channel.
in.
Yeah, I've been watching your channel for some years. You know, I want to say my attendance been there lately. Besides when you was on AD, I was shocked to see you on there. But I don't know, because I'm not like a relationship advisor or guru or nothing. But I think I don't think I hear what you're saying though. But I think he just meant for that moment. Like let's like for instance, like how does a excuse me, like how does a man supposed to carry himself with his wife when it comes to like I still think Kevin Gates is projecting, but what I believe he's projecting, like, how does a man handle himself with his wife, not his girlfriend, but his wife, when it comes to moments in your life that you feel are important? It's like a check, like a milestone, and she gives off that vibe, like she just not aligned. She's not there with you. She's not there at all. Like, hey, this is a happy moment. I believe that's what Kevin Gates is referring to.
Let's see, that I can vibe with. I understand that because I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen men go up to get an award, and instead of his wife celebrating him, she's instead waiting for him to say, first of all, I want to thank my wife. You see what I'm saying?
True.
It's his celebration, but she's looking to be celebrated during his celebration, or she has a problem. I've seen that before. But when I look at this image, and the brother came up and said, this is the video that that Kevin Gates was referring to. Did you see that video?
I seen Kevin Gates statement and allegations, but I haven't seen what he's talking about with Savannah and James.
Okay, I got the clip right here. I'm gonna show it to you. Tell me what you think of it as a man. This is you and your wife, right? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, but let's go with it.
Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, replay it, yeah.
All right. From the top.
Yeah,
Here we go. Shakes up. Okay, see. Okay. You do kind of pull away right there. All right. So as a man, if you're looking at this back, if you're looking back at this, well, first of all, if you're LeBron looking down at your wife, you can see her face to face right here. Are you thinking she egging you? What you seeing?
I'm seeing that they might be talking about something personal, and it might. I don't see it being a complicated thing. I look at this. Looks like they was talking about something on their level, and I don't think it had nothing to do with what Kevin Gates talked about. Put it in that way.
Right. So I don't see that, and this is supposed to be the video. So, and man to man, we both understand what Kevin Gates could be alluding to. These moments that we have, where we expect our woman to have more enthusiasm. But I'm looking at this, and I don't see this as one. To me, it looked like he got her wrapped around his finger. It looked like she feeling him. So, if I didn't see this before, I didn't know this couple, I would think that she was feeling him, even if that wasn't his wife. So I don't know how she looks. I don't pay attention to none of that stuff. I'm so far off the damn grid, man. So if I just saw this situation, okay, cool. So you didn't know what Savannah looks like? Like, did you know that was her right there?
I seen her. Put it like this: I've seen her before, but I forget how she looked.
Okay, because
I don't keep up.
Okay, because she probably has a wig on right here. She has colored hair. I would know her from nobody else right here. So if I saw this going on, I would think she liked him. I would think she looked at him like she liked him.
Right, she do. She kept smiling, like, and it just looked like This is the thing. I don't see how Kevin Gates can crash out over that allegation like that. I don't see how he did it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was expecting something a little bit different, like her to be actually, because I would say, even if she appeared to be upset with him about something, because Kevin Gates say a warden, like you policing me, you looking at me like I could be doing more. I don't see that, bro. And so if I did see something to be anger, I would say maybe she upset about some wife shit. Maybe she mad because she thought he might have looked at somebody, which women get in their emotions. They don't want you, regardless of who you are, to be out there in public looking at other women right when they're there. Like, come on, that's cold-blooded. And to me, even if she's not there, if a man got a wife, you should honor her. That means don't present yourself like you find other women attractive like that, period, in public. Like, try not to be looking at every ass you see and flirting, because that's not how you honor your wife.
Right.
You should carry yourself in a way you expect her to. You don't want her looking dudes all in the damn eye and shit like they can get it. So why would you do that if it's your wife? You're trying to honor her, right?
Right. I agree.
So to me, even if my wife not there, bro, I'm not gonna be sitting here all up in women's faces. If I'm LeBron James, I'm gonna carry myself like a professional. I got a wife at home, and my thing is, a lot of men like this. They do their own thing in the private, but they don't be out here representing their wife badly. That's your reflection. So I don't think Kevin Gates understands marriage, man. I think he thinks marriage looks like some fling shit. That ain't what it looked like. And a man of value is not looking for his wife to have that type of countenance about her, like lustful. I don't think you want your wife, who you got kids with, looking at you like she wants to screw you, like a fan, like dicked out, like what he said. Like, would you want your wife looking at you like that?
Put it like this. Majority of the time, no. In special little moments, yes.
Right, in private,
sometimes right. Like I mean, even in public, it just that it shouldn't be. I wouldn't mind if you don't in public. That's the thing. But if you did do that to me in public, like, don't do it every time. That should be like the minority. That should be the minimum, you know. That shouldn't be a majority thing where we out and you're my wife and you can't have the posture of my wife. You have the posture of a thought, you know. Like, right. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's like because it's almost like at an event like this, you in the playoffs, right? It's almost like there's a time when LeBron ain't out there, right? So he's in the back. Now this right here, he's got his suit on. So this is before the game. So I don't know what he's be throwing himself on the floor for him, because this ain't even a position where she should be up celebrating right now. You chill right now. So if this particular video, I really don't get what Kevin Gates is saying. I'm thinking that this man in his jersey, he done dunked and ran over to her trying to give us some dab. Like he's still suited up. Like literally, this nigga got a suit on, bro.
He really do.
She's chilling right there. She chilling. He walk up to her to talk to her. He giving her some dap, but he talking to her about something. They flirting. It's cute. It's not a problem to me, right? So yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, to me, if we in a club, me and my girl in a club, we had a candlelight sitting. She can look at me like that. But if we at public, all the lights on, I don't want when I run out on the court, you all of a sudden to look like you horny for me, just and act like these white girls. I'd rather you stand up and be like, root, 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 and cheer me on like with a ball cap, because I'm your husband. Like, we grown as fuck out here. We got grown kids.
Right.
Like at the ball game, I want her to stand up and cheer me on because I'm out here balling. I don't want her to be like, oh yeah, you got a big thing. Like, what we doing?
Right.
Come on, yo.
That's like, I think that play a part in insecurity and pleasures and desires dealing with men, you know, especially black men. I just think I think it's like a mental illness, low key. But I just know that, like, this is the reason why I'm not a relationship advisor or none of that sort. But like, men have they own, especially these days, they own origins of, you know, courtship or marriage or merging together. Like, people have their own ideal these days. True. So yeah, I just don't know, because I like, just like with marriage, like I don't agree fully with, you know, modern marriage, and that's just me. So
absolutely,
I be looking at, I try to get insight from different men such as yourself on how guys view marriage. Like for you example, I see no problem. I feel like you the way your marriage come off, it's not like a pleasure thing. It's not like these two women serve me and I'm the boss and I'm King Tut and they gotta kiss my feet. Like, what I get from you is balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's cooperation. Is building. So like, and see, that be my thing, because it be other men who be talking about multiple wives, and it be like, bro, you ain't even past the observation level. Like, and it's just a lot of people I don't agree with, but you like one of the first ones who showed me, like, hey, now this is the way I see it, because I was seeing it in my head, not in reality, before you showed up in the internet world, and then you showed up. I'm like, here we go. I love to see it, you know.
I appreciate that, brother. And
Yes,
listen,
sir.
I know firsthand that relationships are about the people in them, right? But we know certain things lead to harmony. And so when you talk about what you want from your relationship, all that's holy. That's fine.
Right.
You have to ask yourself, where does this come from? Because if it doesn't lead to harmony and there's no real value in it, we should all be willing to grow. And so when I look at the way Kevin Gates presents himself, and I mean, I've heard him on many occasions, the way he talked. Just the other day, he had a clip where he was like something about having a woman eating dick all day or something like that. A video he uploaded because he was in the mood for sex and he thought the world should know about it. So I see a lot of things like that. So I see him as an overly sexualized person. He's like the type of guy who, you know, always got to be talking about sex or feel like he ain't a man or some shit, right? To me, that's a person who has an idea of what he think a man should be like, because men ain't horny like that all the time, bro. Let's be real. That's not how men sit around talking. You see what I'm saying? So I see this as coming from a programming. It's not natural, and it comes from porn culture, strip club environment culture, and absentee fathers who didn't affirm your worth. So your peers taught you what a man was about. And I grew up like this. My peers taught me that the more sex I got, the more of a man I was. So I was pursuing getting as many numbers as I could. Like I'm talking about stacking as many numbers under my belt as I could because I thought that would make me a man. And so I was trying to be validated by my peers, and I wasn't living life as a man through the eyes of how I thought a life should be lived. Because in all honesty, I cared about a lot of those girls I was sleeping with, but I was still trying to be who they was telling me I should be as a man too. So I've always had a big heart and cared about the girls I was dealing with. I've never been a user, but I thought at one point I was supposed to sleep with as many women as I could, or I wasn't a man. I would get teased because I had not slept with a lot of women. And so I'm saying a lot of our young boys, our mind is being tricked into being overly sexualized and thinking that's what life is about, when really it's about building with somebody, man. Really, we should start our legacies really young. We spend a lot of our young life going from woman to woman, and we've met a lot of good women. And so if we think about how often we've just bounced across from woman to woman, we all can say that we have used a good woman. I mean, maybe that's just me, but most men I sit around, actually every man I ever sit around has said, yeah, I have used a good woman. Like I can't lie. I mean, times when you wasn't ready, you was just doing your thing. You didn't settle down just because that woman was a good woman. You did what you did. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of it is us reacting how we think we're supposed to act. And so when you grew up in culture like where you think that, you know, like I said, getting women and getting as much sex as you can means you the man, you start to think that life should look like that all the time. And that's what, to me, that's how Kevin Gates see the world. He wants it to look like that. He wants, when you go out with him, to look like, you know, he turning you on and compete with all these other people. And it's like, why? When I know I'm going home with you, that's crazy to me. To me, I feel like you should get out here and act like you somebody that's of value, not like that. Now, I'm with you on, I want my wife to have a certain sexual appeal for me that I'm irresistible. I get that because men have desires too. And I often say this to women, you do know your man wants to be attractive to you as well, right? Like he wants you to come on to him sometimes. He want to feel wanted too. Like I think men never admit out loud they want to be wanted because the world don't tell men that's okay. Because you think about this, if a woman want to turn you on, she can come out in lingerie, right?
Right.
And they got a whole world geared to that, to let her get sexy for her man so she can feel wanted. He'll come on to her. But for a lot of men, we get sex by request or something like that. But if us feeling wanted don't really look like nothing. What do we do? What do we do to make her want us? You see what I'm saying?
Right. It's
Men
not
are
the
trying to
same.
express their wives like, I want you to hell want me too. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, shit, say some shit to come on to me too. And that's one. That's a whole different story, though. You see what I'm saying? That's like, and I get that world, what you're saying. I think Kevin Gates is taking that too far to saying, I want this publicly now.
Yeah, I think it's an insecure thing. Like you said though, we don't have that type of space. And not saying that I think that space for men still need to be minimized because it kind of guides us as men that, you know, we don't need to be so stuck on it, even though it is like it's mandatory, but it shouldn't be to the point where you're not progressing as a man in life. Cause I'm kind of the same. I was kind of the same way. Like I grew up sleeping with many women as I can, based upon my peers. So like even with women I dated, I done passed them, you know, didn't look back, you know, and to even some of my brothers, I done passed it to them. So I know, like, we programmed to be hypersexual. So I know I can get hypersexual at times, but I know that I've noticed it, and that's what I'm working on with mine. So I know it's a real thing, but I just think Kevin Gates, he he's still growing, and I believe that shows how big of an effect that it has on us as young men, as young boys. Like that has a big effect. Like watching pornos, your homies sending out girls to you, you sending out girls to them, and that's supposed to make you the man. Because the more I had and the more women I had, like I had my points where it did make me feel like a man, but the majority of the time it wasn't clicking in my head. I was just moving forward with the action, but in my head it wasn't clicking. It's like why you just can't build with one? Like because doing all that as a see, that's why I got trust issues. That's exactly why I got trust issues. Cause for one, you already spell pray. You can spell pray with an A or E. So that created another trust issue for me in itself. So me just going from woman to woman, and then when I finally get with a woman, I get to projecting my thought process like, you know, you'll do something during this time because I know there's something I've done before. So I know they do create trust issues for our men.
Right. You're absolutely right, brother. I mean,
yeah, man.
and that's the things I think we have to put out here in the atmosphere, because we know now that wasn't the proper teaching. We know now that got us nowhere. I always say, man, look, I didn't raise my sons to be that way, and they're not that way. You see what I'm saying? I teach my sons that the longer you maintain a relationship, that's something to brag about, because I know that links to having longer relationships where you can maintain a marriage. You see what I'm saying? But going from woman to woman really actually has negative reinforcement on your mind. It builds bad habits. And so you can take a man who, if he lived that lifestyle long enough, it'll become habitual, right? And so now he's in a relationship with a woman he cares about, but he still ends up cheating because he don't have the discipline to be loyal, and it ain't got nothing to do with his love. And so now he fucking up relationships. He dealing with a broken-hearted woman who can't get over it. She don't move like she used to. So the woman that he was with, he's lost her forever because she's dealing with, a lack of trust and shit. And he do love her, but she questioned his cheating to mean he don't love her. But his cheating come from lack of discipline, from the bad behaviors he had while being single. Because a man being single has no judgment. And this is what I'm saying. People judge me now and say, Kevin, you selfish for having 2 wives. If I was single, brother, nobody would say a word, and I could run through as many women as I wanted to, and I'm just a bachelor, and there's no judgment for me to sleep with as many women as I want to. You understand? And it's something wrong with that when you encourage men while you're single, get as much as you can, but at the same time criticize single mothers,
Right.
and women for their body count. We actually taking part in this. You see what I'm saying? So if just imagine this, if men said, okay, look, if I'm going to criticize a loose woman, then I'm not going to deal with them for anything. I'm only going to look for a woman of value. Here's what it would cost us: time, because you know that a woman of value is not easy to find. So this means you're not going to have access to sex. So you're going to have to be disciplined in that area. This is going to force some self-development that most men ain't ready for, because you now choosing to say, yo, if she ain't worthy of my marriage, she ain't worthy of my seed at all. Like, why would I put myself at that same risk? Because to be honest with you, bro, just putting yourself around women that's low value is a risk for men. Look at Shannon Sharp ass. Just because you're not serious about these women don't mean you safe. They plotting on you every day. So a wise man would say, yo, especially a man with a value who got something would say, it ain't wise for me to be just out here fucking with peasants anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree.
So just imagine, okay, let's say right now as a man, you said, okay, I ain't gonna sleep with no woman until I find a woman of value that's worthy of me. You know how long you about to go?
You gotta go. You gonna go sometime. That's for sure.
Right. And then if she got value, she probably not gonna give it up right away. So you're gonna have to build that relationship, right?
Yep.
And a lot of times we ain't trying to go through all of that. So again, it's us being lazy, really, which is why we go for cheap sex, like real talk. And we think that's cool, but it's not. That's low value as a man. You actually not seeking a woman of value. So if you're not looking of nobody of value, or you say I ain't looking for nothing serious, are you not actually saying at the same time I'm not of value? Like I'm not looking for nobody of value. Don't that mean I'm not of value?
Yeah.
You at least
True.
are not of value to the people you come across because you ain't looking for nobody of value right now. So what value
Right.
can you provide if you're not looking for nobody of value?
Right. And you never had it, so you definitely can't produce it.
Exactly. So if you ask from the universe, I want a good woman. Why would the universe send you a good woman if you're not a good man? I'm talking about you haven't been practicing being a good man. You just reached a state in your life where you said, okay, now I want a good woman. But you know your past looked like jumping from woman to woman. Why would the universe now send you a good woman? Just think about that.
Right.
That's why I say do it when you're young. Like, do it, get a woman when you're young, build with this woman. She with you for your potential, not your bread. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yep.
now when she manifests bread, that means to get that bread, she got to work with you. She ain't wait at the finish line and wait for you to get it, and you don't know if she love you or not. You met her early and she valued your potential because she could see it in you. She poured into that, you became something, and now you value her because you know she ain't with you for no cheap shit. She with you for you.
Yeah.
You both of you
Yeah.
win. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But to me, I say this to women: if you waiting at the finish line for a man, honestly, he's gonna have little value for you too. Because while you only want him for his money, you a dime a dozen now, and that's
Yep.
crazy because he ain't never gonna look at you like you a treasure. Because man, he done smashed a million women that look like you, and now it's gonna be like,
Yep.
what can you do for me? So you can forget about that prince in shining armor. We not that once we get it. So if we that when we humble and young, we're not that once we go get it. You're not gonna get that no more. Cause now we scared of your ass. We don't know if you with us or not. So you gotta jump through hoops with us now.
Yeah.
And women don't understand that once he got the leverage, it ain't no more you just he courting you trying to prove his value to you and you now you gotta prove to him because too many women get with us, yo, and they only want us for what we have. And that ain't
Yeah.
cool. And you got to think like this, Global. We've been raising our sons for a long time saying, hey, get the money and you can have any woman you want. But we're not thinking about this. All them women only want you for your money because if you couldn't have them unless you had it, they don't want you for you. So get her when you
Yep.
young, bro.
Yep.
See, in
That's what
nature,
I'm doing.
bro, in nature ain't nobody at the finish line. I don't care how the largest animal is. You can't store food. So it all has to be proven. So it's all on potential. You got to trust each other, bro. You can't get with a man and take you can't, these animals can't get with each other and usurp and take half of what they got. It ain't half. So if you take away the matrix right now and you put us back in the jungle away from or you put us back in the natural world away from like paper dollars, right? And you got to hunt for your
Right.
survival. There's no refrigerators, right? There's nothing but
Right.
working together, bro. There's nothing but working together. So when she got with a hunter, she got with him for his potential. She saw him every day perform. That's why she with him. She trusts his utility. And he's seen her, he's interacted with her. He knows she's good for it. He knows she's loyal. That's what you into it for. You can tell she can hunt because you prove it to each other. But in this money world, it's how much do he got first. That turns the whole thing upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. That would make it hard. That would make it confusing sometimes. But that's
It's a,
what
it's a fact.
I started late. You know, it's a lot of things I learned late. Like I'm not over 40, so you know. But like with my sons, like listening to you and listening to AD, that's when I figured out like it had me looking back in the past. Like I seen the couple good ones that I could have been building with, but you know I'm already in my situation. So I don't try to look at it too long, but I look at it for teaching reasons. Dealing with my three sons, so I want them to know that just like you said, start young and how to identify them. So that'd be my reason of looking at my past and seeing like, yeah, I had me a rider right there, I had me a rider right here. and I could have built what I needed to build, but I'm at where I'm at. Not saying my situation bad, but I see my mistakes, and I just want my son to know, like, hey, like don't do what I did. Like, so I try to be there at every milestone with them.
Yes, sir. I'm the same way, man. I say it's our duty, man, to correct all the things we see was wrong with how we was raised. You see what I'm saying? And I did marry young. You see what I'm saying? So, and I can see the value in doing that, and you know, and building my life with this one woman instead of being out there in the streets. Because listen, I left her for 5 years, and it was nothing but hell for me. I was dating quite a few women, and they all became very retaliative when it didn't go their way. And I never expected that type of shit from women. I always saw the good in women because I'd only been with one woman and I hadn't saw that toxic behavior. So I'm out here, I'm dealing with several women, but I'm telling them it's nothing serious. And even though I'm telling them that, they don't see it that way. And so I learned by that horrible encounter, man, I can't be out here, you know, messing around like that, because you can tell somebody what it is and they still will sit here and flip on you and turn and switch the narrative on you. And it become very like punitive. The treatment become, they try to punish you through online. They go online, lie on you, say all kind of stuff. And so I didn't like that, bro. So I stay my ass at home. I don't deal with a bunch of women. I deal with women I trust. And so I just think for men that nowadays, where your name can be ruined really with just an allegation on social media now, it's very important that we stay away from as many toxic women as we can. And you've seen brothers grow up, go to college and have talent, be accused of rape, assault, and ruin their whole careers, and not even sleep with the woman, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we've seen women allow men to sleep with them and do threesomes and everything, and then feel so guilty for it, and how she might be looked about it, that she'll say that it was forced. And now they all losing their careers. So I raised my sons to understand it. You got to watch out for these niggas out here, because they'll rob you, they'll play you, they'll set you up. But I don't just teach them one side of reality, man. I teach them the other side too, that women can be just as devious. And so you got to protect yourself on both sides. Don't you just run up to any woman who throwing themselves at you. Period, bro. That's crazy. I mean, I done seen women set dudes up, get them to a place and get them robbed and all of that stuff, tie them up and everything. So we can't be out here moving like we don't understand that people are evil, not just men. I grew up only thinking men are evil because I grew up around men. I've only had to look over my shoulder for men. So in my mind, men are assholes. But dude, when you out here, you deal with women on a constant basis, you start to learn, women can be very evil and vindictive, bro.
Yep.
And so I love women, don't get me wrong, but I love my brothers too. But listen, you got to have your guard up out here. You got to. And if you don't, bro, you naive, because, and I'm not saying you personally, I'm saying to young brothers and sisters out there, and old and the like, this is a different world you live in now. People got their own agendas and everything. They'll go online and brag about getting you for your bread. Like, I've seen it, bro. And women's mind and men's mind, they actually are at war with each other. You see what I'm saying? So I've seen a lot of men videos even now. You can see that they got a disdain for women, to where they're like, it's funny to them to play them and use them. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been hurt by it, because they know how women make bad choices and have made bad choices. So it's okay that they pay for them in whatever way. They make videos teaching other brothers how to do it, and it's like, and women doing it. They sprinkle, and it's a big game, bro. And so I don't want my son or daughters taking part in that. I'd rather see my sons and daughters go build with somebody who care about them and keep their mind off of all of that shit. So I refuse to contribute to it. So my videos are always intended to bring harmony. I'll never make videos biased to where I'm just trying to say women are bad. I don't think that, actually. I think we both got issues, and until we fix them, we're gonna keep on having problems. Because I can hear Kevin Gates' wound. I can see the wound loud and clear. And while his heart may be in the right place, his head is lost in the wrong doctrine. It's very lustful, man. So I really think a lot of brothers need healing, right? And so I always try to let people know, like, real love ain't how a woman look at you. It's what she's willing to build with you. It's through being communicative, not being fighting back and fussing back. If I'm gonna tell you something, a real man who trying to build will tell you, Love look like working together. When you can offer your wife a suggestion, a critical thought, something that made you uncomfortable, and she can handle that shit with class and understand where you're coming from and receive you, that's fucking love, bro. Fuck all that childish shit. You get tired of arguing. Who want to argue all the time? You can't say nothing or they got to argue and buck. That's crazy to me, man. That ain't love, bro. That feel like you living with a damn enemy, bro.
Right.
So who cares about somebody to you if you can't make a suggestion as somebody who she allowed to be her leader? You can't make a suggestion that something should go a different way without a damn argument. Come, I don't care if you want. I don't care if you want to suck my dick in the next hour. I don't want to argue with you over this type of shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? To me, that's love.
Yeah. See, that's crazy because, like I said, I come from that world, that hypersexual world. Like just like I noticed, a lot of people who broadcast that semen retention. Like when they broadcast it, they try to boast in it. A lot of times they be the hypersexuals because they'd have been so sexualized. They had to reach that point to where they want to be on their semen retention. Like my old lady, she really showing me ways to be a man, without instead of another man teaching me how to be a man. Like it's things I learned from my peers. It's things I learned from myself. And it's like with my old lady now, it's like she's showing me things like, because it always work to be done. You feel me? So like it's crazy though, because when it comes to men, it's like men are supposed to be the hunters, the protectors, the outside, the shell, the tougher counterpart. So it's like once a man get his heart broke, like especially in their teenage years, it's like I'm not trying again. It's over with. And see, to me, I think that's so emotional. Like, yo, bro, calm down. Like, bro, so now you want to, basically what you say, do you want to date men because one girl broke your heart, or what's really going on after that one girl broke your heart? Now for your one heart, 1,000 hearts gotta suffer. Like, I think that's so weak-minded, and I think that's a problem too. Like, bro, like how are you supposed to be this tough guy? That's the part, like, in that area, I don't get that. See, that don't compute to me. I feel like the men should be the ones standing up again before the women. The women are the fragile, the more precious counterpart. So it's like, if they don't get up 2-3 times for a relationship, I feel like a man should. And that's just how I see it. That's my opinion on it,
No, to me, that's called staying masculine, not breaking man frame. To me, that goes inside. If you continue to do what you know is right because it's the right thing to do. It's like if you got somebody you're serious about. Okay, say she cheat on you, right? She play you. Now all of a sudden it's like, that's why I don't take women serious no more. It's like, nah. You make sure you pick a better woman. You make sure that you don't live in trust. Make sure you create boundaries. You understand? So what was you doing? She had a male friend. I was cool with that. Okay, next time maybe you don't allow that shit, right? Maybe she used to hang out at the club. Tell her this time now, I don't allow that. We don't do that. I don't do the clubbing thing. I don't do that at all. Change. You can change up some things, but don't say, okay, I'm just gonna start playing women now because I was hurt when I was younger. Because again, that's not showing leadership qualities. That, to me, that's, like you said, it's showing that you're fragile, right? Pick yourself up and keep being a man. I've seen this before. Little videos, people make skits all the time where it's one where this guy took this girl out on a date and he was being goofy with her, laughing with her, and she told him he was silly. Like, well, can you stop being silly? And it kind of killed his vibe. And the whole rest of the date, he was kind of moping and just kicking the can, so to speak. And she kept having to ask him what's wrong with him, and he was just like, nothing, and moping. And the type of video was like, this is how dudes become when you're this way. And I'm like, why become that way? Just get rid of her. I'm not about to sit here and kill my vibe for you. I'm gonna get rid of you. So I ain't gonna be
Right.
mopey because you said I was annoying or I was silly. I'm just not gonna be with you. So I don't think a man should ever
Right.
stop being who he is. He should just move around women who criticize who he is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. But see, this the thing too, like, cause see, with certain things, people just want their way. Like, men understand. Okay, you got your house rent, you got your light bills. Like, if you don't pay that on time, or you choose not to pay it all, you understand there's a consequence. You understand that you can get evicted. You know, you understand that your
True.
lights you get cut off. So when it comes to sexual, see that's the thing about men, like especially black men, like they want sexual freedom. Like you wanna hit all these women and have them all. You wanna have 7, 10 women at the same time, like there's no consequence. Okay, if you want 7 to 10 women, like show me your schedule throughout your day, how you maintain these 7 to 10 women. Like, and that's the thing. They don't want no consequences in the sexual area, and I think that's irrational and dumb as well too. Like, if you understand the house bill, I feel like you should understand. Like, hey, you don't need all that, man. You don't need out there rotating that revolving door in that sex world, because you might got away with, she not knowing and she not knowing, but what has that really done for you besides stroke your ego? What has that, like, you might have now you might be dealing with a disease. Now you might be dealing with a newborn and you don't even know it. So I just think the men, they just want that sexual freedom. It's a fantasy. It's
And
really a fantasy, man.
absolutely. To build on what you're saying, man, I'm teaching a class on polygamy in my memberships, man. So if you ain't got one, man, get one. It's gonna be dope. I'll start next week.
Okay.
But I was just gonna say, to build on your point, man, it's very, very true. And that's the area we really do need to grow in. As men, we can sleep with all these women and it's cool. We don't want any accountability. But in this day and age, it actually holds us more accountable. The world holds us more accountable than for our sexual freedom or how we move sexually than even women. See, it's when you see men getting taken to court for child support, getting their children taken from them, don't have much power or say so in that regard, having to fight to see their children, all this different stuff. You can see all of that, their income being stripped from them because they have a child, and what happens to us in marriages, most marriages, if we make more during divorce. When you can see that men have more consequences, which is actually accountability for how they move sexually than women. Women have children, the government helps them. Let's be real. A man who don't take care of his children, he going to jail. A woman who don't take care of her children financially, she's getting aid. Let's be real. So there's little to no accountability for how she moves sexually. So for men to actually try to fight for a reality where that ain't true, that we actually do have to be accountable for how we moving, is weird to me. Because men, to me, one of the greatest things about men is being able to adapt. And as you can see in your reality, it's not wise to deal with a lot of women. You see what I'm saying? Because like you said, that increases your probability for having children with those women. And then being monetarily tied to these women for 18 years. And that shit's based on your income. And when you look at that, some men paying upwards of $20,000, $30,000 a month for one child. Man. That makes no sense. The world is not in your favor. So be careful where you put your seed. It's that day and age where you got to teach men to keep it in their pants, bro. You cannot tell men go out here and get as much as you can. You really set them up for failure if you tell them that. Because you're talking about abuse allegations, actually getting women pregnant and having children with them, STDs, which is what everybody got to deal with. It's just not wise. So we definitely should have more respect for our bodies than that, man. We all should be raised with respect and dignity. You see what I'm saying? And so I always hear men say, I ain't, talk about single mothers, but it's a lot of single fathers out here too. And that's another issue. When you say a woman can't make you her priority because she has a child, that's very true. But a man can't technically either. He has a child that is his first priority. He got to make sure they're taken care of over anything, and he's going to. So any woman that come into his life must know that there's already somebody attached to his income. He's not a man with no children. And so for men to act like that's not our reality too, to know that's another individual in our life who could be causing us stress and you know, shit like that, just like what she got going on. The same drama, all that shit could be attached. So it's like to act like one problem ain't prevalent and don't cause the same issues in our society, because for every single mother, it's a single father. Let's be real. And so we got to deal with these issues on I look at it like I'm dealing with this for my ancestors' sake, so you can't be unfair. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to call it in the middle, bro. We all got to monitor how we carry ourselves.
See that's what I deal with. Like, if I have my perspective of dealing with my ancestors, I grow a lot. With herbs, trees, and just me doing my little research. I understand that you eat better, like especially like if you hypersexual, you got vegetables and fruits that you can research, and it will bring balance to your hormones. So that's what I had to do for me to, look outside of the sex world. Because like I said, that's all I ever known. So that's what I'm teaching my daughters and my sons. Like I'm a father of 5, so it's like I tell them, from time to time, what's sort of in their bloodline, like it's a time and place for everything though. But I tell them, to eat right, you know what I'm saying, so you can utilize the best parts of your body, with your mind, your body, and your soul. So I need y'all to utilize that, and so you guys won't get caught up in the streets or in the sex world, just because I tell them all the time, man, this world, it isn't nice, it isn't nice. So, I try to practice with my children, it might not be necessary that you do good business with everybody outside of this household, but in this household, it's gonna be mandatory that we do good business with each other. So I teach them that, so we can have some kind of nucleus family structure, cause it's hell out here, man. Like our kids that's growing up, and eating habits, the visual things that they intake, like it's all set up for just hypersexual, me, just the
You're
ego,
right.
all that stuff. Yeah, it's in front of us, man. And I kind of hate it, but we got the tools. I ain't tripping because God gave us, or higher power gave us the tools to, to endure this.
Nah, bro, you talking. That's very powerful what you said. I want the people to understand that this brother said he took a physical approach to changing his body's chemistry. He started putting different foods in his body, knowing that these bad foods change the chemical balance in your body, which makes us overly sexualized. It really does. It increases our hormones to levels that it shouldn't be on, and on a natural level. And so they really want us on this frequency where we're overeating and being oversatiated in sex. And you can see they put it in front of us every day, every billboard. They use sex to sell commercials, cars, whatever the case may be. They constantly want us thinking about sex. You can see it on your algorithm when you scroll it. All we see is ass. You see what I'm saying? Let's be real, bro. It's hard to not see no ass when you scroll. Man, a man be halfway sweating if his girl sitting beside him watching him scroll, because he already know he's gonna see ass everywhere. That's what they want us thinking about, bro. And so, in food, I'm serious, man. It's one of those things where it is what it is. They don't even monitor how women dress and how much they show. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't mean it crippling men's mind to where that's all they think about. They want us in our lower state, man. That's all they want. You see what I'm saying? So they're not trying to get us to think high. So we got to choose to teach our children better than that. So that's what I say, bro. The really the only major change we can do is in our own household, and we got to start there with our own legacies, bro. Because we can't expect people outside of our world that we deal with every day to truly understand what we're saying and understand that they're creating the world around them. But I try to tell them that the same way you complain about every day, you're the one creating it. So for us to say, women, y'all nasty for getting on OnlyFans, it wouldn't be an OnlyFans if men wasn't paying for it. So we have to deal with, why are you men paying for it? When you could get out here and be a man, which is like meet a woman, get to know her, and work to see what's under her clothes. We're not seeing that as a form of laziness. It's just like convenience. Like, it's easier than Uber. If I want to see some ass, bro, I know how to get to some ass. Like, I can see it all day. When you were young, man, you had to have access to a magazine. All this stuff is crippling us as men, bro. Having it that easily to access. So whenever you actually want love, you don't have it around you because you haven't spent the time to create that. But you've only spent time just going on social media, going online, OnlyFans, whatever. And most of the time, you ain't got to leave the house for it. You can just go online and see it, right? And you got to understand, like, so in the next breath, it's like, oh, I look down on OnlyFans or sex workers, but dude, you just busted a nut to it. Like, come on, let's be real. It's like you create the world you see, so you can't be that way. It's kind of crazy, bro. Right. Like, I hate drug dealers, but you smoking crack. Like, what are we talking about? They wouldn't be there if you didn't have a habit. So if right now, if the internet shut down, right, and the only way to access women was to go outside, and our young brothers, man, we need a breath of fresh air, bro. We need to tap back into our masculinity and go out and walk up to women and get the confidence to walk up and say hello, tell her she's beautiful, ask her name, like, get to know her, take her out. Like, nah, you ain't never seen her ass before. You can't look her up online and see her in a million outfits. Nah, you got to take her out to get to know her in every one of the motherfucking outfits because you was with her that day. Ain't no more phones to send pictures. We need that. We need a damn, like, crash out so we can find out humanity because we so damn desensitized. Let's be real, bro. Right now, we'd be devastated if we lost access to all of that. But if we had to go outside again and get to know each other again, man, you can't see her in all those outfits until you around her every day because you ain't got no Instagram to go to. We would hate that, but think about the world would be so much more beautiful because I'm 42, bro. And I can tell you it was beautiful back then.
Yeah, indeed it was. I was born in the 80s, so it's like
I'm born in 82. What about you?
88.
88. Okay, bet.
Yeah, so I got used to approaching women. Go ahead.
Right, me too. No, I said what you 37, 38? What's that?
36.
36. Okay. Yeah. You get used to approaching women, dude. That's where I was comfortable. This getting in the inbox thing, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, I got wives now, obviously, but I'd rather walk up to you, bro. I feel more comfortable like that. Like, hey, how you doing?
Too.
Excuse me, miss. You see what I'm saying?
Because see, when you hit that, like if you a man with like awareness, you do the inbox. It's like they can get the wrong perception of how you coming. So I'm more comfortable the way I talk. You see my expression, like you see my face, and I also can feel you from being around you. So that's where I'm more comfortable because now I know what I'm dealing with. I know if I really want to invest more time into what's being presented in front of me.
You can read the room and think about this. As men, right? When you walk up to that woman, right? What you looking for is signs that she likes you, like what LeBron can see clearly in his wife right here, right?
Yep.
You're not expecting her to look at you and be like, oh my God, yeah, I'm ready to fuck. Like, come on, bro. That's not what we expected. We expecting her to have some type of class about herself to where she don't reveal all her cards, but you can see through it. You can see it, right? That's what we're looking for. Right. So what Kevin Gates is saying is weird. You see what I'm saying? Because never in a man's world, unless you're a celebrity, are you going to go out and women just be all over you like that. Let's be real. You could be the flyest dude in the world. If you're not a celebrity, you're not about to walk through the mall and have women chasing you like a damn Justin Bieber video. Let's be real now. A woman can walk through the mall, a man going to come out of everywhere to talk to her. But I don't care how fly you are as a guy. Dude, you're not about to have a bunch of women just walking up to you because that's just not nature. We walk up to women, bro.
Right.
And they'll send you a bunch of signals. They'll stare at you and wait for you to look at them so they can smile and send you signals. They'll get in your presence. You can see them walk and get into your path. Now, you can tell that. Now, a man who really vet women, you know when you got it because women are getting in your damn path because they want you to see them.
Yep.
That's so how they go. Who like you.
Right.
And so
That's
to me,
exactly how
that's
that
gonna
goes.
throw herself at me. That to me, a classy woman, that's about as much as she gonna do is throw herself in my line of sight. That's all you need to do. If you do
Yeah.
more, you thirsty as a woman. Like just if you know I saw you, if I see you and I don't bite, I ain't biting.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you
See,
and if
that's
she
that.
send me a signal, I'm not gonna violate her space. Like if I look at her and she looks at me and her eye contact goes immediately away, I'm not going over there, bro.
Right. Me and you both. If I read that room I see that you don't have interest or intrigue, I'm not finna like force my way. I'm not finna do that. Like you gotta show me some type of compatibility for me to work in that area. But like you said with Gates, I think that's so weird. Like I said, I believe he projecting. Like it's like you telling LeBron and his wife to spice up their relationship. But the weird part is you don't know where they at in their relationship, man. That's what's so weird to me. Why you know where they at? Like that's crazy, man. Like why would you jump off the cliff like that, man? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was right. And it was disrespectful how he put it. So he compared to Lamar Odom. Yeah, that was kind of wild,
Yeah.
bro. Like basically she owed that to him. You know what I'm saying? Because of how good he is. He's the best basketball player in the world. And my thing is, if he'd have put it like for me personally, I want my woman to be, all into me. When we in public, I want everybody to know that she want me like that. Then we could
Mm-hmm.
understand that's what you want in relationship. That's holy. If that's what you want, and your girl willing to give you that, I can't complain about that, bro. I know a brother who his wife walks around like a dog on a leash for him. And she likes to
Yeah.
do it for him, and he like it. I don't get that shit either.
Right.
But relationships
Right.
about the people in them, though. I can't say nothing about that. But when you go to, I feel
Right.
bad for him that he got to go through that. Nigga, you doing too much because now you projecting. LeBron never said he had a problem with that. You got a
Right.
problem with
That's a
that.
weird part.
I don't see a problem at all.
Right. Like I want my woman to like you might want your woman to tell her don't think, let me think for you. And that's what you want. As a man, that's cool. But see, me as a man, I want my woman to consider my thoughts, but I want her to also have her own thoughts, you know? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I want my woman to have I don't like that slave shit. I don't like that, man. Like to
Absolutely.
each his own. But like, I would like a woman to view how I see higher power. I would want her to view higher power very similar to mine, and that's kind of like my standard. But like, some folks just got different standards, man. I don't know, man. But
Things that's detrimental to your relationship that you can see issues with down the road. You want your woman that even if she don't agree with you when you talk about it, that she can understand where you're coming from and relate to it and understand where you're coming from and not remain in disagreement. That's what we want. So it's like we do want your real opinion, but if that opinion causes problems down the road and we're trying to enlighten you to that, we want you to consider our perspective and probably change your opinion, right?
Right.
Because we'll see how it's inherently bad down the road, and things like that scare men away when a woman can't understand where you're coming from and see it as an issue. Just like say it's on the issue of, okay, say how you like for her to dress and how she likes to dress might be two different things, right?
Right.
And so she might say, walking out with my ass out and wearing little to nothing makes me feel beautiful. But after you explain to her, look, I'm trying to protect you. I have to deal with a whole different world if you dress like that. I want that to be for my eyes only. You got a man now. I know I met you dressed like that, and hey, I was attracted to you. But I expect for as my lady, you carry yourself differently when we go out. I don't want to have to deal with that. If she say I'm still going to dress this way, I can guarantee you're going to have a problem with that disagreement and thought right there, right? Because what that equals is you now have to deal with men looking at her any kind of way, and she's okay with it. And so I often say, if that's almost like having a conversation, a girl talking to her man saying, I don't like when we go out, you just be looking at women like you want to screw them. You don't mind me sitting there. Well, I can look, can't I? Well, you looking at them like you want to screw them is two different things. Like you just stare at them, and as they walk, you follow them with your eyes. It make me feel away. if he go, look, I can look where I want to look. So she said, I can dress how I want to dress, or basically I can look how I want to look. If he go, I can look where I want to look, regardless of how it make you feel. She wouldn't like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So imagine you talking to your woman about how she dressing. You say, look, these dudes ain't gonna do nothing but just stare a hole in you. I don't feel comfortable with that. She don't mind it, right? So
Right.
other women that's dressed like her, what if you stared at them? She wouldn't like that, right?
Yep.
She at that moment, she wants you to understand how that makes her feel. So you want a woman, a partner who can understand where you're coming from and how a difference in thought can lead to an issue. And I think that's what it is. But I don't like for a man to tell a woman she can't have an opinion, period. Right? If I like my favorite food is chicken, your favorite food got to be chicken. You see what I'm saying? If this is my favorite restaurant, that got to be your favorite restaurant. No, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Like you still get to be a person, right? Because that don't bother me. That ain't gonna cause any collisions down the road, because those type of agreements are nuanced, right?
Right.
And I think it goes along with this right here. This is nuance. To her, she might say, now let's just say let's say you Kevin Gates, right? And you present this to your woman, and we're about to close out. But let's say you present this to your woman, and you talking to her about, like Kevin Gates, you want her to present herself in a more like she wants you type of way, because that's what he like. How would you present that to her? How would you go about that?
If I was Kevin Gates and I need her to do basically what he said about LeBron's wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to be very, very controlling. Like I have to goddamn like I put it like this, especially if she ain't already doing it, and now I'm telling her, like, bro, I just see it as a whole bunch of arguments. Like it's gonna be a lot of clashing. It's gonna be a lot of conflict. Like,
well, just how would you ask? Just say you in the car with her, right? So if I'm in the car with my girl, right, and I'm on the way home, and I'm looking at this clip, damn, I don't like how she looked. I'd rather my girl look at me like hell, like them other women looked at me. I'm thinking exactly like Kevin Gates, right? So I would ask my girl, I'd be like, okay, so look, let me ask you something. So, like, what do you expect when we out in public? Like, I'm gonna show you this clip, right? How much you tell me what I'm saying, what we seeing right here, because I'm feeling like you really ain't fucking with me like that. She might be like, nah, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm actually having a good time with you right here. I was saying earlier before you came up, she might like the feel of being chased by LeBron. That's her man and he still pursues her type of thing, right? So she might like exactly what Kevin Gates is like, and the other way around. Who knows? She might expect him to be doing more. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We had this conversation as a couple because it's not wrong to want these things. So to me, as Kevin Gates, I'm thinking you wouldn't present this like you should be dicked out about me. I don't think that should be how you would present it. But that's how Kevin Gates is putting it to the public, which to me makes it seem like you really too invested in that the way you talking. So it's okay to want something like that. It's up to her. She can give you that and not feel conflicted in her personality type, right? So he might say, hey, baby, like I might say something like, hey, I want you to actually act more like those fans do. I want you to be competing with them, so to speak. Like act like you want a brother when I walk out there. You feel me? And if she say, well, if you want, baby, I'll do it. If she say that, ain't no problem with that, right?
Right. That's too much though, man.
That's my point. If you was with a celebrity, and I mentioned Halle Berry earlier, if you're with Halle Berry, right, and you go with her to an award show, now you can see she got fans, but you ain't presenting yourself like that. You a husband, y'all got kids together, for goodness sake, right? So on the way home, she tell you, hey man, why don't you act like they be acting about me? Why don't you be all like fanned out about me, like pussy thought about me, right? What would you say? How would you feel about your lady saying that to you?
Look, man, look here. But it'd be like we for one, we in this together. Like we go through what we go through on a daily basis. I see what they don't see, and I also let them know like I have self-respect. You know, like I have self-respect, so I'm not finna just like no. I will stand with you. You know, but me me crawling while you standing. I'm not doing it. Like on this union behalf. Like, it's like, no, we both can stand. We both can have our boundaries. Cause I don't want you, and that's my thing about, I don't want you dicked out about me. Like, no, I want you to grow with me. That's what I want you to do. I don't want you being stagnant and I'm steady growing. Cause then, through my provision as a man, I look at this like you said, an issue on down the line. If you're not growing and I'm growing, it's gonna be an issue sooner or later. So I don't want you dicked out and not, you know, having self-respect. Like, don't treat me like nah. I don't want you to be a thought or a fan in that aspect. Like, because you're gonna be, it's like, I want you to be my number one fan. I don't want you to be just fanned out about it though. Like, nah, I need some more self respect right there.
Yeah, be a fan by having my jersey on and I had, I had something like that. Like you at a game, like
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, man.
But
Like,
so
be there.
if my woman came at me and said, I need you to act like these other guys. She a celebrity. She want me to be all pussy thought for her, right? I would ask. My first question would be, well, first thing I would say to her is, I want to be a holy place for you. I don't want you to have to worry about me judging you for you telling me what you want from me. So let me make that clear. But I do want to know, what is it that you value and how these fans look at you? What is it that you like about that? They're looking at you like they want to sleep with you. Like, why do you like that? Because me, I only want that. I would only like for you to be moved by me wanting you in that way. I'm thinking as a celebrity, you used to people wanting you. That ain't no shit that even bother you. Like, fuck them, right? Like, so what? They want you. Why you like that? Like, I'm just trying to, I ain't judging you, but do you like that? And honestly, I wouldn't like that she liked that. Honestly, that shit would bother me that she liked that. And is asking me to do it too. Like, I'm creeped out about that. I'm more like, maybe we need to talk to somebody about that, because that don't feel right. That ain't working for me. Like, you see what I'm saying?
That right.
It's your woman
exactly
getting something out of other men's attention. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She wants you to mirror that shit. So to me, as a woman who when a woman perceives a man as a man, she's looking like a man who's already confident in himself, who doesn't need the world's validation, even though men do need that shit. Women don't know men and understand men in a lot of cases. So their projection of men is that we fully confident, don't need no validation from nobody, right? We know ourselves through and through. We don't go through no doubt, no self-doubt at all. We don't question big eyes or nothing. We all just know we the shit, right?
Right. Real talk.
All right, so that's how they think. So just imagine this. You come to her saying, I need you to act like them. Ain't that signs that you not masculine? Because you showing weaknesses right here. You need to feel validated, and you feeling validated by women being fanned out. That you like that? Like that do something for you? I would think a woman of class would look at her king and be like, I don't like that. I don't like that move you. That does something for you like that. I mean, I get it. Everybody want to feel wanted. I guess that's a fantasy, right? Peace to you, Mustafa. It's a fantasy. Like, everybody want to be wanted to a certain degree. But I'm trying to figure out the way Kevin Gates is coming at it is like, he want them like, he said he likes how those white girls look at him. To me, that's a little weird. It's a little bit, that ain't weird, bro.
In a way, like I said, I dealt with it. So it's like, as I'm older now, yeah, but I kind of know where it's coming from. Like I said, it's how we was raised. Like we both said, it's how we was raised. Like in his mind, he hasn't reversed that little the more girls you get and want, it makes you feel masculine. So, I can understand that part, but like asking that, the weird part is asking this person to be like them. To me, that's the weird part. Like, if I'm with you, especially if I'm already with you, I'm with you for a reason. I don't think I can change people. So I don't want to try to change you. Like, what you already come with is what you already come with. So for me to ask you to be like them, which is the majority, but I'm in a relationship with you, that is weird because it's like I might as well go be with all these other people. That's weird to me.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I see it as just a little bit weird, bro. You know,
Yeah.
because look, I'll be honest with you, bro. Now, if you step into the room, you wearing your best, hell yeah, man. When I turn the room, you hell yes, that's dope as hell. You walk into a room and everybody know you walked in that motherfucker. I get it.
Right.
But when you telling your girl, your wife, saying, "Nah, you need to be looking at me like that, like in public at a game," it's just to the point where it's getting weird now. You see what I'm saying? Because I actually think like this. LeBron James, this scenario would never happen because this brother got to be so focused on the game for his teammates' sake. And plus, he got his own aspirations. I don't think a man of that caliber will be worried about anything like that during the damn game. I don't think he think about that at all. So
I don't
Kevin
think
how he thinks.
that perspective you just said, I don't think that it will help him neither. Like him looking across at his wife, keeping her composure, staying focused. I think that actually helps him be a better man. Cause if it was my shoes, me putting myself there, that would actually help me.
Imagine she out there horny. Imagine she out there horny. How comfortable you on the court knowing she up there looking like that, and the camera on her, and she no niggas looking.
They're gonna fuck me up. They're gonna fuck up my speech. They might fuck up my 3-pointer. It's gonna mess me up bad. Like,
imagine your team telling you to snap out of it because you over here, you in the locker room. What's wrong, LeBron? You over here, man. She ain't dick thought about me.
Right. They gonna look at you crazy, bro. They gonna be like, bro, cut his contract right now, man. Cut his Nike contract, cause he ain't talking about shit. You
worry about some shit like that. We trying to win the game. You worry about shit like that. And this is what I'm saying. That caliber. And this is what I don't think Kevin Gates is thinking about this. He's in music. He makes overly sexual music. He put women around him like strippers and all that type of shit. He values that culture. LeBron might go to a strip club. I don't know what he do, but LeBron don't move like that. That's not his lifestyle.
Right.
So they got two different ways of looking at things.
See, LeBron's profession is basketball. And Kevin Gates' profession is the music. That actually helps Kevin Gates when it pertains to his music and the music he talk about. So that probably will help Kevin Gates create more music what he asking for. But he's not looking at LeBron and his profession, because all of that sexual going on from the court side, from giving speeches, I guarantee you that would be counterproductive for LeBron.
Right.
Real talk.
And so I just want young men to know this, man, that what Kevin Gates is saying is not no rule of thumb. And I know they think Kevin Gates is cool. Well, he's a cool guy. You like Kevin Gates, that's fine. But just know how to disseminate what somebody's saying, if that's good for you, if that leads to a righteous place. Because this brother, he'll get out here and he'll dress like somebody who's spiritual. But just know when what somebody's saying is rooted in some disharmony, dysfunction, let's say dysfunction. So many times in our culture, we celebrate dysfunction. Okay, so you see this in music all the time, man. We literally do. Negative behaviors, bro, we praise them. We're not really actually promoting positive behavior. And so know it when you see it and hear it. Have a plan for your life, because everything these people are saying ain't nothing to aspire to be like. You got to understand, they've had access to money for a long time, so they're not in the real world. Women do throw themselves at them, so they're a bit spoiled. Their advice ain't going to be righteous. You really got to get it from somebody who get it out the mud and who's been there and done that for real for a long term. And I have, bro. I've been a young boy out there with nothing but a garbage bag full of clothes. And I had to walk up to women, man. I had this. I would never home it. I'm making it sound like that, but I mean, I've never had women pursuing me for money because I was a working man like everybody else. I had to walk up, introduce myself, get to know women. I know what it's like to build a relationship through taking a woman out, getting to know her. I'm not no online type of guy. I've been there, so I know what it takes to maintain a relationship and keep something going. I know that's not the cool thing to say because it's about how many women you can have. And I think, like I said, a lot of women are overly sexualized right now. They need somebody speaking life into them too. That this ain't the way to be. Get you a person, man, stick with them and build a relationship because all you're going to end up with is a bunch of damn trauma. And you've heard Anton say this. You end up with a bunch of trauma to where you can't trust each other because all you've done is experience hurt and pain. I always say a relationship is about the scariest thing your child can be in, bro. Grown-ups can't even handle these relationships. Somebody cheat on you, we be ready to kill each other, literally. Imagine somebody mama that you killed her daughter because she cheated on you, bro. Like, nigga, just break up with her. But this happens. Your children go get relationships, man. You see how bad it hurts grown adults, and you got to think your child is being subject to people who you can't trust. The world look like hookup culture. They don't value relationships at all. So your child in for a world of heartbreak because we don't start off like that, bro. We really actually get broken into being that way to where we're desensitized and now we can fuck without caring. And we don't start off like that, bro. We actually care it first. And so it's not healthy who we're becoming when we say, well, men say this, well, men don't pair bond. We could just hit it and quit it. No, we don't start off like that, bro. We actually fall in love with that first when we sleep. You end up hurting our feelings.
Be stuck on them.
Right. So something's happening here. If it ain't pair bond, it's something going on, bro. This experience that both of y'all shared together, it's intimate. It means something. And when you get to the point where that don't mean nothing no more, you need therapy. It's something wrong. You got to be honest with ourselves, y'all.
Yeah. See that? I think that's why I believe shadow work is so important, and being real and honest with yourself. Like I'm pretty much an open book. I choose to let people in or not, but like for myself, like in my bloodline, dealing with the women, one of my aunties, she was married, and she was married to her husband, and before her husband, she had a boyfriend. So with her boyfriend, I don't know the details, but her boyfriend, she stabbed him in the eye with a knife. And it's it got it's relationship based. And so she had a husband after that. She ended up killing her husband. So my auntie is no longer here. So like growing up and whether you're a boy or girl, but just knowing your bloodline, knowing what exists in you, like, because for me that actually helps me fight the good fight, because like I don't want that for nobody. So like growing up as a young boy, young girl, like you can be irrational, you can not see the other side because of your parents and so forth, your forefather actions. So I think people need to, especially in the black community, I think people need to do a lot of shadow work and don't pass that down to your children, man. Don't just because you didn't get it or whatever you didn't accomplish that you set out to accomplish, don't be so ugly, man, and hinder your child too. Like I don't believe in that lifestyle. I really despise that kind of lifestyle. Like I look at offspring as greater than you, as they should, and you should help them be greater than you. You should motivate them, push them, set them up to be greater than you. I feel like, this is just my opinion, though. But I feel like if you don't have that mentality to make someone greater than you or help them be greater than you, I feel like you don't need no children. Because we already got enough hate or degenerate mindset. Like, and people already don't do their due diligence as if that, they don't have no crazy people in their family and it's been passed down, or they they know about it, but they don't understand science. And this is science. Like if whatever your father, your mother experienced before they had you, you're gonna get it. Now, whether it's dominant or recessive, that's how that's on the higher power. I can't tell you. You have to discover yourself and tell me what you receive. But like, but ignoring this stuff and not understanding science and anatomy, this is how it works. Like, and you wonder why you can have like when black people argue versus other people arguing, it's more intense. It's more piercing to the heart because all of that trauma, like whether we talking about slavery, single parent, all that stuff been passed down and been stored in your DNA. So I just think that people really need to do their shadow work so they can know how to deal with themselves. Because with Kevin Gates, like as a his music, I'm a lifetime fan of his music, and that's not all of his music. Like I know how to filter my music from the artist, from the real life person, and the music I agree with and the music I don't agree with. So when people try to take advice from Kevin Gates, y'all gotta understand, man, this man is growing and he's showing all his flaws, but this man does deal with a lot of imbalance sometimes. So you got to know what to take from this man. Because when I look at people, I try to take the good and leave the bad.
Right.
So you know, I listen to you, Kevin Wesley, more about relationship advice than Kevin Gates, because I can tell that he got a lot of switches going on. He'll switch before you realize it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about: eating the meat and spitting out the bones, knowing what worked for you and what's not. And I'll put it like this: I say these conversations in relationships, what you want for each other, what makes you feel more manly, what makes you feel more beautiful. These things are holy, but understand this: it don't mean it always come from a righteous place. So everyone should be about self-development and becoming better. And so you should be asking yourself, where is my desires rooting from? It doesn't mean just create that world, because it could be rooted from a place of imbalance. And so we all are trying to grow. And so, like, let's just say sex, for instance, that's a holy act. Regardless of why you're doing it, it's holy, because that's exactly what creates life. Whether you taking it serious or not, it creates life. It's holy, bro. It's the most holy act you can do. And so just because you're doing a holy act don't mean it come from a righteous place. Let's be real, because you can partake in that holy act and not for righteous reasons. You ain't planning on being with this woman or nothing. You're not trying to make no kid or nothing. But here this kid is, right?
Yep.
It's because of a holy act. What sex is a request to God for a child. That's what it is. So we think praying is talking. But when you sleep with that woman, you guys are asking God for a child. That's exactly what coming together means. Where you come together, there is Yah. This actual language comes from the Hebraic wording. The Hebraic name for a woman is Ish. The Hebraic name for a man is Isha. The only thing that differentiates them, the only character that each one of them have, is the woman has a yod and the man has an aleph, right? Or a het.
Okay.
Or has a het.
Right.
So whenever you put them together, there's a yod and a het, which is a Y and a H, which is Yahweh. So when you hear the scripture say, where two come together, there I am. This is saying when man and woman comes together, there is God, there is magic, there's creation. There is Yahweh. That's Yahweh right there, the creator God, when man and woman begin to interact sexually, because that is what creates Adam. That's what creates life. Man with breath. It's literally an allegory.
Yeah.
So when you have sex with somebody, this is a holy act. It's prayer. Just like when you plant a seed, it's praying for a garden. You don't got to say this stuff. God don't have ears to talk to him like that. God is an action. God is about verb. If you ain't doing it, you ain't requesting it. That's why it says thou shalt not want. You should be doing what it is that prove that you want what you want from God. It would be weird to say, I want to be a musician, but you don't write songs. The only way to request to be a musician is to write the song, bro. Like, you're not one if you don't do it. That's betrayal. That's blasphemy, right? It's like saying, hey, I want to get in shape, but you don't go to the gym. Dude, you don't pray to get in shape like, God, please give me abs. That sounds stupid. God would never do that because you're going to be lazy. Like, just imagine if God did that, bro. I'm praying to be in shape and God is helping you lose weight. Why would God do that? That don't help your development for me to help you lose weight.
That kind of cancel out God, like his whole purpose of creating you. Like if I was gonna do all that, I shouldn't just created you then.
Right. So in the same way, why would I give you the job because you asked for it? No, you got to be eligible for the job. You got to be qualified for the job. Why would God do that to other people? That's crazy. Well, you serve me, so I'm gonna give you the. None of that makes any sense. You got that. You put the application in. You were qualified, so you got the job. And inadvertently, you saying God gave you the job, cost you was no. It just happened, and you doing that. You doing it yourself. It's called bias. It's called confirmation bias. And so my whole point is just to say, you know, what's holy should be holy because it's true. You feel this way. Okay, it would make you feel good to see me dicked out about you, as you should say. And I get that, baby. That make you feel comfortable. You would like that even. And I get that fantasy. I don't want to kill that and tell you perverted for it. Instead, I'll just say, are you willing to trace that back and see where that may be coming from? Why is it that you value sexual expression over me having like a mature countenance? You understand? Like I'm your queen. Why is it that you prefer more of a sexual arousal type treatment? Why? What? And maybe he can deal with that and be like, you know what? You're right. That makes sense. You see what I'm saying? And y'all can deal with that together because I don't think you should criticize each other for what they want because that's real shit if they want that. But I do think it matters kind of where that comes from. And you shouldn't be denying each other these type of things either. So I do want to make this known. If you're in a relationship and your spouse come to you, ladies, your husband come to you and say, he on some Kevin Gates type shit, I think you should hear him out, but have him be willing to hear you out and how that would make you feel if you were to do that, because you should care about how he feels and you should validate his experience, whether you agree with it or not, because you should be a holy place. I think if you complain about that, you're not as peaceful as you think you are. And here you would be criticizing him, but really you would need work too. And this is the issues in relationships is, bro, we don't know how to talk. You understand what I'm saying? So if this is presented to you, try to handle your spouse in a caring way where you can understand where they come from, be understanding, but at the same time, also let them know how it makes you feel. Try to work through it and always be willing to talk to somebody else to see where that may come from, especially if it leads to disharmony. And what is disharmony? Them feeling discomfort for something that brings you joy. You understand? If it brings you discomfort to bring me joy, we probably got to deal with that because I don't want it if that's the case. Like, you understand, brother? If you want something sexual from your wife, even in the bedroom, if you know it grosses her out, does it still make you? Do you still enjoy getting it?
Nope. Hell no.
I don't want it if you don't want to do the shit. Like that's how you would feel. You'd be like, well, then fuck it, right? Like you'd be like, fuck it then.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You got right. We do got to validate. We do have to substantiate where we coming from with these wants. Because just because you have them, you have the right to have them. But just like Kevin said, they have to make sure they come from a righteous place. Like that be my whole thing about marriage. Like when I say I don't really approve of the modern marriage, because if you ask a man or you ask an average woman, what is marriage, why they want it, they say, for somebody else. Some say for kids. Some just like the way it look. And my thing is like to me, marriage is merging. That's what marriage is to me. As me as being a one man, it's merging. It's becoming one. And like my oldest concept of marriage is day and night. I feel like day and night is in a eternal marriage. Like I don't like if the whole purpose of marriage merging to me is so you and your partner can get closer to higher power. If that's not the root, and that's me. Like if that's not the root of it, and that's not where we headed, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion, though.
Bro, listen, bro. I would like to build with you, man. Hit me up on Instagram, man, because I like to set up some actual lives to do with you. You really kicking some real knowledge.
Okay.
I'm with you. I see it the same way with night and day. I always say we're night and day, and a lot of times women don't like when men say the best place for a woman is in silence. It's really more true when you look at it like night and day. Night is the unseen. That's the divine unseen. Because while it's equally as beautiful as day, at night there's mystery. You see what I'm saying? In the daytime, at night, you don't know what that woman looked like under her clothes. You don't know what she likes, so you want to find out. So she is beautiful, but there's mystery to her. But men, we're daytime. You can see us. We're out with our chest out. We're trying to show who we are. We don't hide who we are. You know what I'm saying? We wear our jewelry, wear our whatever, because we're peacocking. And this is male. This is males in nature. Period. We show off. We show the woman off. We show ourselves off for the woman. But now it's flipped because she's showing off for us. Well, really, she would cover up to give us something to uncover. That we would be intrigued by what she was hiding under there, because we can see it. we can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. To a certain degree, but we can see it.
You can't hide it from a real. You can't hide it from a real one. You understand?
Right. You elaborate real. You elaborate that.
You can sit on it and you can't hide it from me. Now this play.
Real talk, though, man.
I don't want you to throw it in my face either. I don't want to just see it all day one either. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
At least I want everybody else seeing it too. You see what I'm saying? Because what I think cute on Instagram, by the time I get serious about you, I'm gonna wish you never posted that shit. Now I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad that niggas saw it. And now I'm gonna want you to take it down. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna flip up on you because now I care. So in reality, like, and some men might say, I don't care, but into my mind, it's like, you don't care people see all in your woman ass though? Like, to me, that's weird to me. That's weird to me. Man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I guess like some men just feel like, they can't be touched, and that's cool to a certain degree. To a certain degree. Yeah, man. I don't think you should apply that well.
A woman got class, and she wouldn't want people seeing her like that. And maybe that's just my imagination, but again, in my mind, my woman is gonna be like, I don't want everybody seeing me like that. This is for your eyes only.
Right.
It's like I ain't putting my dick on the screen. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I find value in my mind, so I would never want to be sexualized. I don't want people seeing me naked. Like, that's not who I am. And so for me, I'd rather my woman being comfortable, being vulnerable with me, telling me how she truly feels when she's upset, not lying, saying nothing, and not truly being honest with me. I'd rather her be vulnerable than naked. And I think most women in society now are more comfortable being naked than vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I say that's my motto. I always say that the modern woman oftentimes is more comfortable being naked than vulnerable. We can see her totally naked, but she would not tell you how she truly feels, who truly hurt her heart, and how she's truly feeling. She'll act tough about it. She'll act like she don't care. She'll act like nobody ever harmed her until it's time to act like somebody harmed her, and then the whole world's done her wrong. You see what I'm saying? And so it's really difficult to get honesty from a woman on the spot. Most men, they have to really kind of beg their woman to tell them what's up. You see what I'm saying? And by the time they find it, it's too late, because now she's giving you a whole laundry list of things you ain't been doing, but it's her fault because she ain't been telling you. She ain't give you a chance. But men, we'll mention shit when it happened because we like to correct shit. You see what I'm saying? But so we are night and day. Again, women are in mystery. You often got to pry her open to figure out what's wrong with her or what she's thinking. She might not feel comfortable telling you what she really wants sexually, even if she wants you to take her down through there, because she might be questioning how you might see her. So women are full of mystery. And a lot of people might look at that and say that's deception. But no, women are full of mystery, because half the time you don't even know what they really look like. And I ain't even trying to be funny.
Right. But I think I also look at this
like in a silly way. You see what I'm saying? Because we know most women, they're gonna doctor themselves up before they come outside. So this, you can call it deception or you can call it mystery. It's however you want to see it. I see the woman as mysterious. I don't want to see her as deceptive. I don't think she's trying to trick me. I think she's trying to look more pretty, yes, but I don't think she's trying to trick me. I think she wants to look good for how she wants to imagine herself to be. But is she trying to trick me? I don't think that. I don't want to think that.
No, I wouldn't think that. Because the same way with how, like they say, God is a mysterious God. And I look at that. I look at mysterious like protection.
Right.
It's like forbidden. Like if God say that, hey, I'm finna lead you through the wilderness, it's forbidden for me to get ahead of God. That's forbidden. Like I can't do that. You know, it's a mystery to lead me. So that's how I look at the woman. What you said, mysterious, and that's crazy that you said what you said though, because I have been in that mind state where the mysterious I have perceived it as deception, like you were trying to trick me. Like it's crazy you say that because I've been in that mind state. I've been in that mind state before.
Yeah, think about how often a woman to make you have to wonder what she think. You know how like a man can be. We'll tell a woman what we think. Like, girl, you got a fat ass. That shit good. We'll tell you.
Right.
But she ain't gonna tell us.
Yeah, no, she ain't gonna say nothing.
This why I tell people like that's what make men watch Prime. Is cause on Prime they'll tell you that shit big and everything. You gotta wonder if your girl think the shit. Like, yeah, do you think my shit on some? Am I hitting?
Straight up though.
This shit to her, so she is mysterious because to her she feels like vulnerable if she tell you that. She feel like disgusting if she tell you that. She feels vulgar if she tell you that. Why you don't feel that way at all if you tell her that. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because you was raised to pass them around. You was raised, you know what I'm saying?
You worshiping her. Like when we hitting it, like, and this is why I tell men, you actually serving her. When we sleeping with our girl, bro, and we like, oh, that shit good. You got a fat ass. And when we compliment her, this is us worshiping her. And she enjoys it. She enjoys for her body and beauty to be worshipped. It's true.
Right.
But I always try to tell women, we want to hear that shit too, because it gives us confidence to go even harder. When we feel like the man, we actually become more virile and everything. We get bigger, we get more confident. We'll really do some shit if you make us feel like we the man. So just like they like to feel beautiful, we like to feel confident like we the man too. And so that it is a flip side of coin that yin and yang is chasing each other. The fish are chasing each other. So while we do like it, we understand that our nature is to give that type of praise while we do it. It don't bother us none. And her whole lifestyle has been brought up in a world where if she say that shit out loud, she like a hoe or something. You see what I'm saying? Even though she might like it as much as you do, she feels uncomfortable, right? So you got to find a healthy medium where both of you guys can get what you need without you feeling uncomfortable. So this is what I mean. Let's just create that scenario. He wants to hear more from her about how she feels about him in sex, right? She doesn't feel comfortable saying it. Okay, cool. If she gives it to him, she feels uncomfortable, but he enjoys it. But now he feels stressed because she don't like it. This would mean have a conversation with a therapist. Maybe you can get to the heart of it and find out what makes her feel so insecure about it, because you are her husband. You know she's not a whore. So if she could get through that, y'all could have a happier relationship, especially if she actually feels that way. Y'all could actually get more open. That's a challenge for y'all, a healthy challenge to work on, right?
Yep.
And so this is where conversations get had, because it's not evil on either side. It's not evil on her side to feel uncomfortable, and it's not evil on his side to want that. And so this is where you got to have a conversation, because a woman might say, I want you to slap my ass. I want you to tell me I'm sexy during sex. And a man might say, man, I don't talk like that. Like, I grew up in church. I don't feel comfortable slapping your ass. Like, I'm questioning why the hell you need your ass slapped. What's wrong with you? Like, nigga, you want to be slapped around? What the fuck wrong with you? He might judge you.
Right.
Well, he might be insecure and be like, what nigga was slapping your ass that I got to repeat that for? I done heard a lot of these dudes talk online, bro. The moment a girl asks you to do some shit, she asks you to do what another nigga done taught her how to do.
Hey, it be like that too, man. It be like that, but hey, I said sometimes it really be like that, but like man, look here, as a especially a black man and our hypersexual community, like this is another reason why y'all don't need to be jumping from women to women, because you're gonna need a strong mind to be in a healthy relationship these days. You have to have a strong mind, man. You cannot be falling, and that's my whole thing. Like, that's why I discipline and fight myself, because Like people think they want all that sex like that, but see, once you become a sex slave to yourself, bro, it's gonna be the worst experience in life. I don't want to be a slave to sex. Period. Like no, like before I be a slave to sex, I'll be a slave to Yahweh. Even and you see how that's the essence of sex. So people gotta understand, living in today's time, bro, you gotta have a strong mind, bro. Don't you cannot have no weak mind in trying to procreate and be in this marriage thing. Cause marriage is not for the weak. It's just not.
Bro, what you said was profound. If you are a slave to sex, what that'll look like, bro, is you'll be out here paying for it. Let's be real. You'll be out here filling up the strip clubs. You'll be buying women's OnlyFans. You'll be contributing to simp culture. All this proves that pussy got power over you. That's what that proved. And so while you using yourself as a man saying, well, I got the money to do it, and you trying to psychologically put yourself in this position where you above the woman, please know that you still serving her. You still are. You still seeking her validation and her attention, and you paying for it. You paying for it. So again, you're a slave to it because regardless of how much you understand about this world we live in, you still empowering it. You know it's negative behavior that it comes from our sisters, and you still empowering it. Why you say they shouldn't be on OnlyFans, you still empowering it. Why you saying they shouldn't be doing porn, you still empowering it. Why you saying they shouldn't be out here selling ass, you empowering it. Why you saying they shouldn't be out here just getting men for what they got, you're still empowering it. So if you just taking women out for a good time and sleeping with them, you're still empowering it because you're contributing to the women that's just using men for that. So until we as men and women say, I'm gonna stop contributing to the life I don't like at all anymore, it's like the Bible say, until you turn from your ways, only then will I heal your land. So if you're not turning from your ways, prepare to see the reality that you're complaining about every day. It's why would it stop? Why would you stop seeing women? Why would you stop seeing children born out of wedlock? And what that means often is now there's a man tied to it via a court system, to where now he can go to jail if he don't keep it up, right? You see divorce at an all-time high. You see 4 out of 10 men are finding out they're not the child's father. You see all of this going on, and we're not saying we got to cut out what we're doing. Like not women got to change or men ain't shit. It's we have to, as sisters and brothers, kings and queens, come together and say, yo, we have no real culture, no real rites of passage. We've allowed the world to tell us how to be. They tell us how to be. You go back 30 years ago, 40 years ago when we were born, they were fucking under a disco ball. You see what I'm saying? It was free love. They were wearing tie-dye shirts and smoking weed and sleeping with whoever with no discipline. And so they had a bunch of kids that they wasn't married trying to have children. You understand? Yeah. So a lot of us came in this world with parents that was just doing what they were doing at the time. And so as you can see, we have no real culture, man. We actually follow trends. If BET or our culture is telling us to be a certain way, that's what we'll do. And so we're in hookup culture now. And the reason that it's okay is because nobody's shaming it, which show you, man. I get people tell me all the time, Kevin, we're monogamous and you're polygamous. I tell them, no, we all polygamous, because if we were monogamous, these wouldn't be issues, bro. We wouldn't have sexual issues where we're trying to negotiate loyalty if we were truly monogamous. The desire to cheat would not be there. You would only desire to be with one person and stay with them. The fact that we bounce around and can be with multiple partners proves that we are polygamous, trying to socialize monogamy. That's truly what it is. If you take a single man and single woman, man, we out here doing what we do. It's when you get in a relationship that you start saying, okay, let's do monogamy. So until we accept who we are, which is polygamous, we're not going to accept accountability for the world we create. That's why you got so many children out here that we're not taking care of, because once the relationship ends, we don't know how to co-parent or nothing. But if we were truly accountable to our polygamous nature, we'd know if we create a baby with a woman, she's in our life for the foreseeable future as well. And that's what it means. And that look like living together and working together, and all y'all raise these babies together so the children can both have parents. And you should feel obligated to do that. Otherwise, don't sleep with her. Don't sleep with him. In nature, bro, you don't make children with people that you're not going to live on their territory. You don't do that.
Right.
So why are we
Right.
doing it? It makes no sense. We actually moving so opposite of nature, bro.
Yeah. That's
If a woman,
crazy.
if a
Cause
woman
like,
gave you a child, she knows to raise that child in your territory because she know it ain't safe outside of your territory, and you can't care for it outside of your territory. You're not allowed outside of your territory. Your territory is the place on earth you carved out. So if we got children together and you was willing to lay with me, bring your ass over here on my land and let's raise these kids together. If all y'all was willing to sleep with me and have these kids together, come on, y'all, let's build together. So these kids can see their mama and daddy every day.
yeah.
Or just make
Yeah.
babies with one person, yo, and mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
I like.
understand? We're not accountable for our polygamous nature. So I watched my father raise several children that wasn't his. I got to see him, but he didn't raise me. I didn't live with him. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
that way. We should have all lived with him.
Right.
And the fact
That's my whole goal.
is a problem.
Yeah. Like my whole goal is to stay in my children's life, man. Like I prefer the monogamous. I do understand the polygamy. When I do desire other women, but I don't want, like I said, I don't want to be a slave to that type of desire. But like, I feel like I could have two, probably three at the most wives, but I definitely have to have the resources, and I have to have the harmony, the alignment, because otherwise than that, I don't see it being official to me. But these thoughts, the way I process, I wouldn't be able to process them if you like if you didn't like show your example in reality, because I'd rather have one woman. I'd rather, because I just know the loyalty, the power you get from it. I feel like people can experience higher power in a way they never have, dealing with divine woman, and just loyalty, building up that energy, keeping that commitment, doing for one another. I feel like a lot of single people, they out here looking for God. They out here looking for higher power. They looking for that experience. And I feel like the exact thing you run away from is the reason why you can't experience that. Like, so I don't know, man. I just really appreciate you, man, because I know you used to be a pastor, and during those times when you were, I guess, unpastoring, like I was, that's when I was getting around those times is when I was getting away from what I was indoctrinated with. Like a lot of things I was seeing through. Like I've always been like that though since a child. Like my parents told me, don't stare at the sun, you'll go blind. And ever since I was like 6 or 7, I don't know why I did the opposite. I guess just being a kid. I used to stare at the sun 11 a.m., 12 p.m., at noon when it shines its brightest. And I'd be temporarily, impaired with my vision, but I never went blind. And I used to wear glasses, but I just kept staring into the sun. And eventually, I did not have to wear glasses no more. So just knowing it's so many lies out there, man, and what people think this reality is not. Like, the whole Jesus thing, God, backward spell, dog, I done been through that little whole process. That's why I really be referring to higher power. Because, I like to show my modesty to the creator, like, hey, your name could be this, your name could be that. I think I know. I truly don't know. But just to be on the, when I want to be on the safe side, I say higher power. But I got my beliefs, my aunt, Yahweh, Yahshua. So yeah, man, I just really appreciate you, man. I don't have Instagram, but I can create one.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I don't have a Instagram. You know, I detox from social media time to time, and sometimes I turn up. I'll be right on society frequency, but I can create an Instagram to where I could tap in with you personally. But man, I've been watching you for years, man, and it like it just when you came, man, when you came, bro, I'm just like it when you came about, it's like a confirmation for me. It's like yes, God, like I need these people out here on the field. Let these folks wake these folks up who think they know it all and they don't. Like, not saying that Kevin know it all, but like you get. I feel like a person should able to know truth when they hear it or when they see it. If
Yes, sir.
you know what I'm saying, if you ain't indulging too much, I feel like you got the ears and the eyes to see.
Yes, sir. You're right. And I was gonna say to you, you brought so much value to the live, man, with just the insights you said. You said something very powerful right here at the end about looking at the sun and that seeming to fix your eyesight, repair your eyesight. Um,
Yeah,
that's powerful. And it's crazy because that's where that meaning where it says Jesus put mud in the man's eyes, spit in his eyes, and put mud in his eyes.
yeah,
Because that's symbolic that of the blindness that you get from looking at the sun. But I got to look that up because that is profound. If a lot of people have reported that or they've ever did a study on it that the sun can actually repair, eyes. Therapeutically, if you look at them at a certain time of day, not just stare at it, of course, but like kind of like you did. Have anybody else reported this? Because that could be profound information. That you're right. They do tell us don't look at the sun. They got everybody paying for glasses. You see what I'm saying? And so
yep,
what if there was some type of way someone told you some type of regimen to look at the sun, what times per day to do, and that could actually repair your eyesight? That would be fucking crazy because when you think about it, everything is all around you that you need. Think about that. And sometimes we just gotta
yep,
literally like look up, like not figuratively, but like literally look up because the sun is up there. Just like I was saying that when people stretch their hands to the sky outwardly, palms outwardly, this was something that humans have done since mankind began because we absorb the sun better through our palms. This wasn't us worshiping something outside of ourselves. It was us pulling in energy from the sun. And so when you see statues of this, people think we worshiped the sun. No, we observe the sun just like animals do. You see what I'm saying? Like we
yeah,
know the sun gives us energy. We literally consume the sun. We eat the sun. Call it vitamin D. We forget about how much we absorb the sun through our eyes and skin and through grounding and hugging trees. We're so
yeah,
outside of nature. You see what I'm saying? And so it's very important
yeah,
that we know thyself. You see what I'm saying? And so I think that's my calling in life is to kind of bring people back into harmony with who we are on an individual level, not who you was named when you was a baby, not as an American or a black person, none of that, but who you are in your soul and what we're here for. Because we got a greater calling, man, and it's not to be in all these chains that we're in, whether it be religion or fashion or hookup culture. We should actually be caring about the world we live in and changing it for the children that we bringing forth, and that's how we change the world. And I'll explain this to you. You had talked about having one woman and how holy it is, and that's being really close to God. Think about the relationship between a person and their one child before they have multiple children. I'm sure you could probably
right,
agree it's so special that's your only child, but you could also see the
right,
value in having multiple children, especially for a man with a legacy, right? If you got a lot to pass down, let's say you got a lot of land to own. This is why I can tell people that we're actually naturally polygamous. If you take away the brick and mortar world and we go into the natural world, we all survive by hunting and surviving together, right?
right,
Individual relationships at that time wouldn't work. So if you're farming, if you're gathering and hunting, imagine this: you got a certain lot of land carved out for yourself. Okay, it's just you. You go get a woman. Y'all have a child, but you, her, and the child, is that truly efficient to be able to hunt every day and survive? You want somebody to be able to precede you, so you're going to have multiple children, right?
right,
Okay, so by the time you get enough land and enough resources, your garden's big enough, you might see the value in another wife. Now, you're not doing this for reasons like I want more sex, I want a different sexual partner, I need more love.
Right.
You understand that this relationship between man and woman is that of surviving together. So there's actually women out here that don't have access to a man because everybody got a wife. So the man who actually taking in another wife is actually doing the community a justice. You understand? And so now you have children with her. She builds children in your own likeness. They get your inheritance too, and y'all build the land together. And so all of y'all working together to build a legacy because all of y'all children come from the same man. Do you see what I'm saying? And so this is what society looked like back then before the colonizer. That's how we survived. We were not on islands, like just in single relationships living in a house with a fence around it. That's not how it worked. Men had multiple wives if he had a lot of land. And if he did not, he had one wife because y'all would hunt together. But you can understand, like right now we got washing machines, we got running water, and I'll stop there. I'm sure your mind can put together how convenient technology has made this world now. Now, if you take all that away from you, you know, two people just trying to survive, that's going to be really hard to do. Really hard to do. Because you're talking about hunting, scanning, cooking. You can't even get all that done in a day. And then you got to walk for water. You see what I'm saying? All this is a whole different thing. So now you learn to plant, you learn to garden and till so you can have food at the ready, but then that's wintertime. So now you still got to go hunting, right? So what we did as a society is we began to work together. And there is no refrigerator, so it ain't no food to hoard. But now when you look at it, there's money. And so somebody can be doing well right next to you and you still be struggling. But if you remove brick and mortar, your neighbors, all y'all survive together, man. Y'all, whatever you brought back, wasn't able to hunt something, I was able to eat with you because you can't save that shit anyway. Right. When I go out and hunt and you don't catch nothing, we split it. That's how we did. And we were tribed up, and that is polygamy, man. That's exactly what that is.
See, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you. Like, you know, dealing with the modern black woman and modern black society, my preference would be just to have one. But if I could get that, like I said, I wouldn't mind. But like the further we go back in time, I kind of look at it like, because to me, resources is also your intellectual property. So I be feeling like sometimes some men would even eligible for 2 wives if they didn't even have the intellectual property for that. Like that's how I feel sometimes, because I be asking people, like, you know, we right now in this reality, we can only speculate how this began, or how all this stuff began. But just like on some on basis, on some just regular back to the basics, like I always ask the person, like, how do you think this started? Do you think this started, you know, in chaos, unorganized, or do you think that all creation, or the beginning of man and woman started off harmonic and organized? And you know, my answer always gonna be, you know, it started off organized and harmonic, because I know Alpha and Omega. So that's why that's my answer. So that's why I always look at it from that viewpoint. Like, it started off harmonic, you know, everything organized. The reason why you can find things that make sense in today's time with all this chaos that's going on. So that's not. Yeah, I agree with you though. I definitely agree with you. Like if you a man with intellectual property, even properties of like having a good heart, you know what I'm saying, good discernment, judgment, I feel like God granted you to be eligible to have multiple wives, because that's part of your resources. You know, that's when back then, that's when we us humans or whatever you want to call us, that's what we cherish. You know, we cherish things that actually makes the world go round. Just like today, we cherish money. Yeah, we cherish money, so that's what we believe that makes the world go round. When really, you know, if them hearts weren't pumping and them minds weren't working to move, make them hands move that machine, to create that machine, to process that wood and turn it to money, no, money don't make the world go round. The mind and heart is it's gonna always be the same answer, and it's just like we just got so far away from that. We think it's like we became spoiled. We think that we forget that we have a sun and the moon. We forget that we don't have to put no battery in no moon. We don't have to hook up no solar panels. I mean, no battery or no solar panels to the sun. Like we are on an eternal, a higher power time. So when that time reveals, whether it's on the small scale, on the big scale, it's gonna remind you that hey, all this stuff you think that makes the world go around isn't the case. It's the hearts and minds of people.
Look,
It's people.
that's a whole live. Look, check this out. What you look at this right here. Honestly, this is brilliant. What you said, this is the thought that came through my mind.
Okay.
What has biological value, right? Okay.
Okay.
Wisdom, a man's education, his skills that he has learned over life, right? The man that he's became, that has biological value. You can see that recreated in his children, right?
Right.
But money does not have biological value. Money can come and go.
Facts.
So, like
Facts.
now women chase the man with money. So, if we were to go polygamy strictly only, and we say we make it only about resources, how much money does he have? Women will be choosing men who may have poor genetics but have great money, right?
Yep.
And so they're creating children that would not mirror that would mirror the man's genetics, and so now their children have issues and things, right?
Yep.
Where back in the day, a woman chose a man based on his potential, his build, his ability to hunt, and all this is proof that he is the man that can reproduce children in his likeness. So polygamy looked like women choosing men who earned it through their ability to hunt and be mighty. You understand?
Right.
The same way in nature, it's like men compete for women, and women choose to be with the man. And so right now, if you was to say, let's make polygamy legal, right? You can see a lot of women being with people like Neo, sure, because they got money, and a lot of women will be okay with that because he got money, which proves that it's really not against a woman's nature, because honestly, when you create monogamy, you saying every man gets a wife, and what you're saying is men who don't have the value of those type of men still get a woman. And so where women could choose to be with those type of men only, now you say every man gets a wife. It's people don't understand that that's actually beneficial to men, not women. Because if you said polygamy was legal, it would benefit women because they could go choose to be with a man who had money, as long as he'll have them, and they're good now. You see what I'm saying? They're not on the outside looking in at, say, LeBron James, who's a billionaire, and because he already got a wife, they can't get in on that. But this man got billions of dollars, and they could give him so many children because he got great genetics. He got money to take care of them. Why shouldn't he get a whole bunch of kids? Why shouldn't he? Especially if you raise them right. So I'll ask you this question before we go. If you as a man could have as many children as you wanted, and resources wasn't an issue, all you would be responsible for is educating these children, giving them a philosophy, giving them doctrine that gave them discipline and all this type of stuff. That's all you're responsible for, is raising them right, so to speak. No resource, not the problem. It's unlimited. You in the Garden of Eden. How many children would you have?
I have as many as I can. I try to be fruitful until I run out. Until I where I, let's say for existed, because I'm kind of detailed sometimes because I grew up drawing. So if I can kind of dictate, okay, I have 20 to 30 more years on this earth, I will stop like 20 years, 30 years before my death. That way, my last child, I could see them all the way through. because when it comes to me parenting, I can't speak for everybody else, but like I always say, black parenting to me has the most responsibilities. Not saying that we're better than anybody. It's just that where we have to start from. So when it comes to parenting, how I see parenting, like I, I'm very active. Like even when I'm at the playground with my children, when it comes to studying, I look at all of that. I just don't look at the moderate just giving you allowance. I'll be there sometime. Just even with your careers. Cause I believe that I have a nice range of interests and things. So even with my children's careers, uh, especially if they come close to my alignment, I wanna be there. Now I know my children gonna want their space as they get older, and all they have to do is communicate that. But otherwise than that, I want to be there. So my answer though, not to go too far off because I can't do that. But man, I have as many as I can, man. And my last child, I make sure I try to stop at 20 or 30 years before me leaving, so I can guide that, raise that child to the fullest extent.
All right, now, bet. Now, I'm gonna put you in a certain specific time in life, right?
Okay.
And that's any time, because time is always now. Ain't nothing really changed. We just surrounded in this brick and mortar that tell us something different. Really, there's no tomorrow that's promised, regardless. So I could put you in a time where we're just in the natural world, and there's a lot of dangers, right? Disease is rampant. There's not hospitals like that. We're back in the day where lifespan was a few years, right? I could put you there, but in reality, we still not promised tomorrow. So that really never changed, right? So let's say you have unlimited resources because money ain't a thing, right? We can create because you got the land in front of you, and as long as ain't nobody living there, you can build on this land, right?
Right.
But you know there's no tomorrow promised, right?
Okay.
Now, so you see, and this is the mindset of humans back then. There's every reason, there's a sense of urgency to have as many children as you can. You see?
Right.
Because you don't know how much longer you'll be here. So there's every bit of a reason to give your sons and daughters siblings and all this stuff and teach them up right, because you don't know how much longer you'll be here. So the purpose would be to train them up for when you're not, so they're ready, right?
Right.
But see, in this world we live in right now, we got children who grown that's living with us who don't know how to survive without us, because we live like we are promised a tomorrow. You see, because we don't have our mortality challenged daily like we would if we lived in a natural world. So if we actually had to go hunt, we would have to worry about making it back alive, because animals fight back, bro. And you gotta scale the terrain looking for animals, right? And if you get out here in the ocean trying to fish, I mean, stuff can happen out there. So we'd be more at risk if we were in a natural world, and so we would be more aware of our mortality. We don't see a dead body either. They come get them quick as hell, right? You see them cleaned up at the funeral or the morgue. And so we often don't get our mortality questioned unless someone immediately close to us dies, right? And so that leads us to being like really, really lackadaisical when it comes to preparing our children for survival without us. I've done it too. And so I'm not criticizing. I'm saying this is something that we have to look at, right? So if you had the world free in front of you where you could just create as many children as you want, you can understand how polygamy was a thing back in the day, because you need multiple women for this. And these
I definitely do.
Right. And these women will be choosing you because they understand that your physical nature, whatever they see when they look at you, because you've earned this through your time hunting. So they see you, the physical stature you have and your abilities. It's vital to them to recreate that in their children, because those children are one day going to go hunt for them as they get older. So we go through seasons in life. We all are getting older. And so you see grown men and women now, 30s and 40s, still say they're not ready for children. But in the natural world, this wouldn't be a real thing. We would know that time is of the essence to recreate as soon as possible, right? It's just you're getting older. So you want those children to one day be able to hunt for you. You wouldn't raise children to just move out and never contribute to your tribe. They would have a debt to your tribe, right? because
Right.
children would be not just an asset, but they are a way of life. Like this is how y'all survive is by having children and them also contributing and hunting. But what we do in this world is we just go to work, bro. We don't take our children
Yeah.
hunting with us at all. We
Right.
go to work and we provide for our children until they grown, not until they old enough to hunt too. And so in nature, you're constantly taking your children with you to hunt because you need them. It's more hands, and they're learning to hunt
Yep.
because they're watching you hunt, just like the lions learn from each other. We leave our
Yep.
children at home while we go make money, and then we give them allowance when they should be helping hunt and pay bills.
Yep.
They should be contributing to
Yep.
the tribe with their hunt, but they still got their hands out. So you can see how
Man, you
modern day family is an enemy of progress. It really the family. If a woman doesn't work, all the utility is on the man's back as a burden, and his children are never going to invest into his family. It's just his family to take care of until they go start their own. So that's the crazy
right.
thing because that man is expected to leave an inheritance to those children. How can he? When he
Right.
puts them through college, pays for his house, and they never contribute to anything. Like in a real tribe, your children will be helping you hunt, and they would be a blessing, not a burden.
Not a burden. Ooh, man. See,
Let's be
and
real,
that's
bro.
my mind. Yes, man. Like I don't wanna. It's some things I want to tell you on a personal. I don't even want to say everything right here. You probably gonna have to remind me because my mind moves so crazy. But when it comes to the polygamy, it's gonna remind itself. But yes, that's how I see my family structure though. Like when it comes to my children, like I'm not finna they finna indulge in my way, and I'm gonna indulge in their way. Like I don't, cause that's the thing. It's just like when you said it shouldn't be a burden. So it's the same way. When you have a death in the family, when you have like a brain and a heart, that stuff costs on the market. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is a whole body part. So it's like I feel like when a death in the family happens, I feel like you're supposed to receive money behind that death versus paying um paying for all this funeral arrangement. Like when a death happens, it's taking money out your pocket. And I
Absolutely.
think, and I don't, yeah, I don't look. In my eyes, in my mind, it's like it should be the opposite. Like this is the point of the celebration. It's not a celebration when okay, you already leaving my life in a time I don't want you to. On top of that, you're gonna take away from my finances. It's like what are we really celebrating? Like
Right,
and you guys are you see what I'm saying though?
right. I do. And so watch this. Take away brick and mortar, right? Let's go back to natural world. Let's say you have an ancestor pass away, right? Did,
Right.
did, did we have cemeteries with caskets?
No, I don't recall. No.
No, this is a colonizer's mindset. You understand?
Right.
There was it didn't cost you anything to bury your relative. You see what I'm saying? Because it didn't cost you money to
Right.
put them in the ground. There wasn't morticians and stuff like that.
Right.
You see what I'm
Like I
saying?
don't see. Ooh, boy, I gotta talk to you, man. Cause see,
I think
my
this. See, we gonna be moving out of the country, right? And we're gonna be starting our
okay.
own tribe and buying our own land. And when we die, we're not going to no cemetery. We're gonna be buried on our own land. And
Right.
our style is like this. We're gonna be buried on. Our families talked about this. We want to be trees, so we rather be buried in pods underneath a fruit tree on our own land,
Ooh.
and our death give life to our trees, and they always mark where we lived, mark where we were buried. You see what I'm saying? And so
That's what I want to talk to
now
you
there's
about.
not death, but you see life when you go. You don't see a tombstone, you see a tree. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's what we want to be. We want to be planted back in the earth, not separate from God and nature, but
Right.
give our life right back to nature because we consume things. Why we don't want to be in a box.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's exactly what I was
So,
gonna say.
we're gonna choose what fruit tree we want over us when we pass, and all of that. But we don't see any reason why we should have to come back to the States and go be put in a casket for what? That's weird to me. Like I don't want to live there. I don't want to contribute to the traditions of the world I grew up in. I want to go create my own life. I think that's what we are. When we vibrate to a higher being, we're supposed to want to go and create our own way of life. And you can only do this through your own children. You're not going to change the world, man. I've already accepted this, bro. The world ain't doing nothing but getting worse. I'm sorry. I'm discouraged. I don't see it getting no better. Relationships are getting worse. Philosophies are getting worse. It's not getting any better. I'm sorry. There, I said it. So in my mind, I'd rather leave, and I'd rather vibrate people to me who see the world the way I see it, and we can create a reality that we all see together versus trying to make people who don't give a fuck about what we talking about, and our children got to go out and survive with them and be traumatized by them. Why? When we can go out here together and build a whole culture together, and our children get with each other's children who understand the same philosophy, who about building tribes and legacy, and our children never have to go through this hookup culture life. They can start young, build families together, and raise their children with and educate them in a place that's not this world, bro, because it's upside down. And all we're gonna do is keep on creating children to contribute to the matrix we live in, bro. We signing that birth certificate right over every time. And until we at some point stand up and show the world what it looked like to leave this shit, we all hamsters on the wheel, regardless of how educated we are. Like regardless of how wise we are, regardless of how much we get it, we still hamsters on the wheel until we get up out the cage and we're free to go. Let's be real.
Right.
So we out. My family decided that we out of this mug, man. We leaving the country. We're gonna buy some land outside the country, and we're gonna build a whole neighborhood on that mug. We're gonna invite family out who want to come, who understand the philosophy we're trying to create, and outside of that, other people on social media who vibe with how I think, how if you see family the way I see it, you willing to build that for the world. Come on, man, and it's gonna be very inexpensive because we moving to where it don't cost much to live.
Man, look here, man. I'm with all of that, man. Like, I did not know. I'm not underestimating you whatsoever, but I did not know you was on the seed pod. And see, that's what I've been on for the longest. I have a piece of property where two of my aunties are buried on. So I cherish that. But like the whole seed pod thing, like, yes, to me that's where it's at. That's exactly where it's at. So like that's why that's why like I resonate and I understand where you come from, because that right there that just lets me know like that connection, man. Like I'm with all that, man. I'm with it. I'm with all. Like I said, I grow fruit trees, man. I got several fruit trees, herbs, vegetables. Like that to me, that's a glorious lifestyle, especially when you looking at the perspective, like you said, with the seed pod. So yeah, man, I definitely need to tap in and see what can where I can fit in it, cause I love my children dearly, man. And like you said, I'm on the same time you're on, far as especially before I had children. Hey, it's time to change the world, and it's like, hey, bro, you need a like mind. Like my mindset is like, fuck trying to change the world. Let me get with the people that's like minded as me, and so
we gotta show them. We gotta show them, man. That's the only way to do it. Yeah, we can teach them all day, but they doused in a society and a culture that see things totally different. And frankly, they too desensitized to care. They're too disillusioned to care. So we got to show them, and we got to create a place where people who want out can come to. I really feel that way, bro. I do. I feel like it's my calling to go be a forerunner for how I see the world, because I've talked about it long enough, and frankly, I don't want my children having to go out and trying to survive in this reality and try to find wives and husbands in this world. I'd rather them have people who truly understand legacy and lineage. I really care about my next generation, my future selves, and I want to do it right. I think the inheritance that we leave our children is our knowledge, because if you think about it, bro, we've been taught for so long that it's money, but We didn't have money to begin with. And so inheritance got to look like what you teach them. The hunting that you taught them, how you taught them to plant, the medicine and the food that you taught them, because that's what we really missing from our ancestors. Like they didn't give us no silver spoon. And when we say that, we normally mean materialistic things, but I don't know how to plant. I don't know what medicines are. That's what I didn't get from my family. The recipes, the skills that you learn through they struggle, bro. We didn't get that shit. A lot of people. So I think there's people who know how to plant, who want to live in a world where they can create rather than having to try to deal with the environment around them. They can create the environment around them. And so I'm sure they'll be willing to come out. Man, it's gonna be I got a buddy who went to where I'm talking about. And I'm gonna announce it soon. He went to where I'm talking about, and he built a 3-level house on 8 acres of land for $40,000.
For real.
None of us need houses that big. So imagine us go out here, what we could do with 8 to 10 acres of land, how many properties we could build.
Man, look here, man.
And go all our food fresh, bro. Think about this, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing this about
farm animals local and didn't actually hunt. We would be eliminating grocery stores altogether and becoming self-sufficient without having to necessarily hunt, because it's enough people around that farm and hunt that you don't have to, and it's fresh food. And the food's so cheap, bro. If I show you the cost of living in some of these places, it'll blow your mind, bro. And to know we could create a society, make money here, create a society there. And literally, when we walk outside, it look exactly how we imagine it. The heaven we want to create, we can live that shit on earth. Just imagine that. And our children will be able to see that. Like, not something we long for and we got to die and never see it, but we can actually begin to really, truly create that for our children. And it start with a neighborhood before you can become a true community. You become with neighbors first. You got to have neighborhood first. So a few people all it takes. And then before you know it, somebody else coming out there, they building, take a couple months to get a house up. Before you know it, somebody else. And we got a whole society out there before you know it.
Man, I believe I have some innovative patents we can come together on, but because the simple fact you let me know you align with just that alone, like, I know this is where I can get a lot of things off. Like, I'm talking about very innovative, like it's just very innovative. Like, it's I don't know. I just know that, like, it's certain things you can see when you're dealing with gardening. Like I tell people, you gotta understand gardening is guard, like keeping your guard up. It's literally that. They just spell it in a different way. So when you garden, people gotta understand you're literally guarding yourself. So that people gotta understand, like, it's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of knowledge that needs to be a lot of dust that needs to be blown off in the garden.
Your pharmacy in your backyard as well. If you got your garden, you got your all of that.
There you go. Yep, that's it right there.
Where I'm talking about going, I'm gonna let the public know soon enough. But the climate is perfect for what we need to survive and what our body needs to absorb from the sun. It's the perfect place. Like, so, hey man, ain't no reason to not do this. If you can make money here, because some people can't do that. If you can make money here, man, you can go there and create life exactly how you feel like life should look, and create that through your children. Because I'm telling you, man, we can keep on teaching the world, and hopefully people will always see what we're teaching them. But we have to get to creating, because if we're depending on them to get it in line, and we would be if we're gonna create that here, they ain't never gonna get in line. So you got to get people who got the same agenda, the same mindset to get together and go to the same area and make it work. You got to. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work. It's just gonna be something we talk about. But I'm trying to create a utopia where we can truly, see the potential of our children if we raise them the right way. No, over masculine type shit in our boys, and no disharmony in our women. You see what I'm saying? Like, really raise them to be harmonic towards each other on what brings value. No bullshit, for real.
Right. You talking about true harmony. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
You're talking about true harmony, man. That's what I'm saying.
No bullshit.
Like I got like even outside the garden, like just psychological things that I want to do and I want to monetize. Like I feel like what they say, there's a will, so there's always a way. So
Absolutely.
it's like it's like my mind. It's like my mind is a beast in counter attacking the problems that we have. So I've been molding myself that way early on. Like like where I come from, like you'll see that like damn, like you should thank higher power and be grateful for the mindset you have because my surroundings is not what I'm aiming. You know what I'm saying? So like my surroundings is crazy, man. Like I ain't no pushover. So you know what I'm saying? But I directed all that to my intellectual property to on some liberation, on some better living energy. So I've been tapped in with you. So like on this level though, I definitely want to tap in with you, man, because I really think you'll appreciate my intellectual property and the value we can get from it. Not just money game, but just seeing our people doing better, our families, better community, all of that, man. Like I feel like just on some ego shit, I feel like my shit the best.
I'm 100% with it. My Instagram is Kevin Wesley B_rise. So when you create it, hit me up because we got to stay
Okay.
linked. I say this, I got a platform on Facebook alone that's over 1 million.
Okay.
I'm always any person that's willing to come to where I am and build with us. I'll definitely promote whatever businesses and put you in front of as many people as I can because that's how we build and grow together. Why wouldn't
Right.
I? You see what I'm saying? The
Right.
goal is to help
Right.
make as much money as you can here so you can survive there and comfortably go there. So we're gonna build a conglomerate, something that we all benefit from because that's what tribes was about. We all benefited from each other, what each other could contribute to it. So we got to show each other what working together look like. And that means everybody come with some sort of value, that you bring to the table. Because we know we got to
Right.
have something to offer our children. If we got nothing to value, what can we give our children, man? So everybody don't do the
That's right.
same things, but that's how a community come together is by multiple people coming together that do different things. You see what I'm saying? With
Hmm.
that being said, brother, I'm about to hop down. This was dope building with you, and like
For
I
sure,
said, hit
man.
me up, man, so we can have a build again. Actually, on like outside of online as well.
Right. Right. That's what I'm on. I
Okay,
got you, big dog, man. I've been tapped in with you, man. Shout out to your panel, man. Keep doing your thing, man. But yeah, I'm finna I got a couple more runs to do, and I'm gonna create that, and I'm gonna hit you up tonight. That way you can go and have me locked in.
that's a bet, brother. Looking forward to it.
All right, now.
All right,
Peace.
peace. And listen, guys, this is a powerful build with this brother, yo. So enlightening. A lot of things he said just had my mind kind of going there. I like that. I like conversations like that. But hit me up on Instagram, guys, if any one of y'all interested, if what I said resonated with you about creating something of your own. Because we're not changing the world. I'm discouraged. I don't see it changing. I think the only way to create a reality that you want to see is to literally create that reality through your children and your offspring and through the people that you connect with around you. But just offering your ideas to the world and expecting to see that manifest in your lifetime, it's just not. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna die sad. I'm telling you. You got to really actually go outside of yourself and be willing to create the reality you want. So that's what I'm trying to do, family. My family has said and talked about it, and we all excited about it. So, again, I'm sure others are gonna want to be involved. So just hit me up, and we'll talk about it and go from there. We're gonna form a little group, and we're gonna talk about it moving forward. What that's gonna look like. All right. But in the meantime, family, I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for joining this live. Hopefully, y'all got something out of it. Hopefully, you learned something from it or can offer something to it. Put your comments in the chat. All right. Peace to you guys. Love y'all.